This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
This episode is brought to you by Casper Mattresses.
Casper Mattresses.
Casper Mattresses.
Casper Mattresses.
Mattresses.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, my co-host, Nick Mason. Whenever I slightly change the intro,
Yes.
you're always like, whoa! I can see the look on your face,
Right.
like, where's he going?
It throws my whole rhythm off, you know, right?
Absolutely.
Every once I saw a band the other day and like they played one of their classic songs, but they like tweaked it slightly.
Which band and who now?
I saw Magic Dirt.
Oh, yeah, I know Magic Dirt.
Yeah, anyway, and they had one of their classic songs. She
Yeah.
kind of, the lead singer kind of like mixed it up a little bit. And I guess if you play that song,
Yeah.
you've played it 1,000 times. You're kind of like, you want to keep it interesting for yourself.
They want to,
Yeah.
if Nick Mason's coming along, they want to make it special.
Exactly. And I was
Yeah.
like, what are they doing?
Excuse me?
Hello? Hello?
Just up top, I mentioned this last week, but Claire and I, my lovely wife Claire, have a podcast called Suggestible. I think I called it Suggestibles last week. The name was in flux. It was all up and down and all around.
I feel it's still in flux.
You're probably right. No, we're locked into a logo.
Okay, right.
And we're locked into a name, but it's half-hour episodes. Every Thursday we're going to be releasing them, and they're now on iTunes. Hopefully moving to Spotify soon. Just got to wait. These things take a while to push through, and Google Play and such.
Is it a hard 30 minutes? Like,
Pretty
regardless
much,
of what
yeah.
happens?
I think we did
will you
31
yourself,
minutes.
cut yourself
Yeah.
off mid-sentence, I think.
That's right.
You should do it a lot. You should be like, but one thing I absolutely recommend is you watch season 1 of the end.
Yeah, that's right.
And then no, you're not coming back.
I was only going to say Under the Dome. It doesn't matter. You say you didn't need to watch that. But yeah, so it's basically things I've been watching, doing, listening and such. Last week, one of the things I talk about is The Tick. Claire talks about some other crap. I don't know, whatever she's doing. You know what I mean?
Something arty, probably.
Yeah.
You know what she's like. Maybe a documentary.
Yeah, that's right. But so that's going to be every Thursday for now until it's not. But no, we're really enjoying doing it because we're looking for something to do together that's kind of also something we don't have to heavily research every week because we also have other jobs, you know what I mean? I mean, they're all mostly podcast related, but
Sure, right.
you know what I mean? But it's a lot of fun. And thank you to all the people who have given very kind reviews already. Where we debuted on the UK charts at number 88. And I'm like, you're kidding me? What a success story. I've
Hitler's
already done
number, yes.
Yeah. Is it?
What you'd always dreamed of.
it. Whose number?
Hitler.
Why that one?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Something wrong with that guy.
Right?
It's good he's dead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I'd recommend him remaining dead if I was on your podcast. Frankly.
The other thing is our live show coming up on the 21st of July, which is a couple of weeks away. Tickets are nearly sold out. I think there's something like 20 or 30 left because we upped the number of seats. Mm-hmm. And there's a final cutoff day on Thursday for those tickets. And then we'll either, if they all get sold out, we'll go to a bigger venue
room. Yep.
or that will be it. So it's kind of
Okay,
like
right.
if you want them,
Yep.
now's probably the time just in case. I would say grab them this week. I think
Grab 'em
there's
this
maybe...
week.
Maybe 20 left, maybe
Yeah.
less by now. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's 200
But if you want
plus
to,
seats or
what if
something,
you
I don't
want,
know.
if you want to, right at the last minute, like buy the last couple of tickets, and then we have to move to a bigger room, and then the back end of that room,
Yeah.
just empty.
That's
That's funny. That's
exactly what
That's a
we'll-
funny power move to do.
That's right. You're also stealing from charity if you do that because we go to the bigger room.
Oh,
it costs that little bit more.
Yeah, right. But again, funny.
It's funny, so,
it's funny.
yeah, you're right.
And also, what'll also probably happen is people won't take the front seats.
Yeah.
It'll be the back will be filled, the front will be empty.
The front will be my parents, I think.
Oh, good.
Just lounging. Yeah.
Your mum will be asking questions throughout the
She
show.
totally
What does
will
that
as
mean?
well. Yeah. Mum, you're embarrassing me in front of Tofop, the podcast who's joining us on stage. Yeah.
Charlie Clausen and Will Ants.
The other thing is our charity campaign is kicked off for this year.
Yes.
Growing a seaweed belt to renew, to help with CO2 emissions, etc. and so forth.
We're saving the world.
Saving the world, baby.
We can't do it by ourselves.
No, we tried.
We can't plant that much seaweed on our own.
No, we did it for like 23 minutes the other day.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't
It's
enjoy
that
it.
24th minute that kills you.
I didn't want to
That's
do it.
the hump.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the seaweed hump.
What are we up to on those donations?
We're up to $4,570.
That's excellent.
That's
one
nearly
week.
10% of the way, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
So also, for every dollar that's donated, it's gonna be matched.
So we're actually up to $9,000.
right.
$140.
So we can get to our target's 50,000. I don't know whether we'll get that. We did last year just. So But we really
Because we both put our life savings
we
into
absolutely
it. Yeah.
did, yeah. But also we'll do a tour of the new studio for people who donate. You can ask a question if you donate. We'll do a Q&A. There'll be some bonus stuff. We'll probably do another thing, won't we?
Might give you a badge.
Yeah, give you a bloody badge. There'll be prizes. I don't know, man. It's all below. Everything I've ever said is below. All right, Mason.
That's going on your tombstone.
Everything I've ever said is
It's
below.
below? Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's not
Then we're
right.
going to chuck like, copies of your videos and stuff in your grave.
I don't want those.
Well, all
I
right.
don't want them.
What do you want in your grave?
Nothing. Not even me.
What about that?
Just kick me into
What
a
about
river. I
that
don't give a
YouTube
shit.
100,000 subscriber plaque? Chuck that in there?
I don't know where it is. Actually, I'm due to get my million
I was
one.
going to say, so you only get 100,000, you get a million.
And then it's 10 and then 50.
Oh, wow.
No,
Who's
it-
got a 50 million subscriber plaque?
PewDiePie Mason
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
alright,
And
okay.
probably the other ones
Yeah.
that have that many.
His one's got an 88 on it, doesn't it?
It may very well. Chris McQuarrie pitched
A director
a-
of many things.
That's
Mission
right.
Impossible movies?
Jack Reacher.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah. I never seen it. Did you see it?
I've seen both of them. Yeah.
Great. One's okay, isn't it?
I remember them both being fine,
Wow.
I guess.
Which
yeah.
one's got Jai Courtney though?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I agree.
Maybe one or both?
Yeah.
The
I
second
know.
one or both?
Yeah.
Or the first one? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Apparently, he's talking about on Twitter, though these might be deleted by now. I think they might be. Man of Steel movie that he pitched with Henry Cavill to Warner Brothers, which tied into the Green Lantern core.
Oh, I see.
But they said the studios have never cared for my original ideas. They prefer that I fix their broken ones.
Oof, rough.
And probably accurate. Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, Warner Brothers are looking to move ahead, right? And they're like,
Yeah.
we don't.
We're going to do a
Forget-
trench movie. We're going to do another Shazam? Or did that
No, I
not
think
do
that may be
well?
happening now.
Okay, right. Uh-huh.
We'll probably do a Batman.
How many Joker movies?
Yeah, how many do you want?
Did you hear they cancelled Mad Magazine?
Yeah, I did.
That's a shame.
For you
Forever.
Do you have a subscription?
No. I'm part of the problem.
That you absolutely are. Yeah.
But it was doing well, like sales-wise. It was doing like 150,000 copies an issue.
Really?
Which is like, that's 3 or 4 times as much as a comic book on any given month.
But I
So-
guess because you've got the multiple writers and publishers and
That's probably
writers,
true,
not
yeah.
publishers and
Yeah.
and artists and such.
Yeah. The rumors are that because remember when Disney bought Marvel
I
and
remember
everybody was
Disney bought
like,
Marvel.
well, what are they going to get rid of? Like maybe because they like the movies because they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get rid of Marvel Comics, the publishing arm or whatever,
Yeah.
and they haven't yet, which is good. Well, a year ago, AT&T bought Time Warner.
And did Time Warner own Mad?
Well, Time Warner own everything.
Oh,
Time
yeah,
Warner
that's right.
own HBO, and they own Warner Brothers, and they own
Or they're washing machines.
all their washing machines, and like New Line Cinema, and they own DC Entertainment. So and they cancelled Vertigo a while back.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So some people have suggested.
But now I've
that-
got DC Black. Look at Batman's penis.
oh damn
Comics.
yeah right absolutely yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that's a different arm of publishing, isn't it? DC.
I guess so.
It's
Yeah.
sort of. It's sort of.
but
like,
it's also Batman.
It's also still Batman.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think like so some people are in fear that it's like, well, they're just dumping everything that doesn't sell a
Yeah.
million copies an issue or whatever.
Maybe someone will pick up the rights or something, or maybe you can move to like a Cracked.com because Cracked was like
Yeah.
the knockoff Mad.
Cracked was knockoff Mad. Yeah, they
And now
had
it's-
they had
but
their
then
own.
Cracked fired everybody, and now it's just listicles.
No, it's
and
just
whatever.
exactly yeah.
That they, like, use
is it
as
still
some-
around? I haven't seen a
Yeah, it
Cracked
is.
listicle.
Yeah, but
like
it's mostly like, I mean, they got their core writers, and I think their podcast still does things.
Yeah,
like they've
right.
got people hired for that, but a lot of it is write an article for Cracked, and we'll give you $50 or whatever.
Well, and Cracked the website started out with kind of like more long form stuff, and then it just sort of
It took on a life of its own, and then they
Yeah.
fired everybody.
yeah.
So that's pretty good. Anyway, Chris McQuarrie doing a Man of Steel movie with Henry Cavill where he goes to space with Green Lantern Corps, which is what you've always been saying. Do space stuff,
Do
Superman.
space stuff.
It's not happening because he's
Sylvester
doing-
P. Smythe. That's Cracked's mascot.
Are you
That's their
kidding
Alfred
me?
E. Newman.
Are you fucking kidding
That's
me?
him,
I
yeah.
didn't even know they had a
Oh,
mascot.
you better believe that.
Yeah.
Mascot, yeah.
If I thought that was just the other one.
Alfred E.
Yeah,
Newman.
just that's what I thought you were showing me.
How dare you?
Yeah. Spy
Marvel?
versus Spy.
That's Mad Magazine.
Aw. No, I know for crack.
Okay.
I'm saying they got rid of it.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Marvel also had Crazy Magazine, which was their Mad Magazine.
Very good.
Yeah.
What happened to that?
Also cancelled that.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I loved Magazine back in the day. We've had this conversation on air, I think. They used to sell like paperbacks,
Yeah.
I guess in the 70s or 80s, and it was just reprints of their old gross 50s and 60s stuff.
Yeah.
Really good.
You weren't like, who's Johnny Carson or whatever when you were a kid?
No. Not at all.
No?
Nah.
We weren't like Nutty Professor references. This isn't Eddie Murphy. Like you understood the references?
I got that. I knew things.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Anyway, Superman movie's not happening, I guess, or not this version.
That's a shame.
Yeah, but he's been The Witcher, isn't he? There
That's
some
true.
images
There was
of that
some
this week.
images
It's looking
released.
good.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Apparently more based on the books than the video games.
I see.
Both of which people enjoy for different reasons. Mediums, you know what I mean? As in psychics.
Oh, I say science.
What can they do? Can they help us?
They can bend spoons, as we know.
Yeah, that's true. Can they
Yuri
solve?
Geller
Can they solve crime? Can they? Can they help police officers locate stolen children?
I mean, they say they can.
Yeah, it's probably an episode of The Extraordinary about it. There's a local reference for you, everybody.
No, I mean, America had the extra. Oh wait, maybe they didn't.
Weirdness. I'm sure they localized it a little bit. I think they took US stories and just plugged them in
Oh,
as well.
right, yep.
They did a bit of both.
Yeah, sure.
It's like Funniest Home Videos, Australian, but it's like, these are all American. You're not fooling anybody.
Yeah.
We knew. Is that show still going?
The Extraordinary.
No. Funniest Home Videos.
Australia's funniest home
Just
videos.
any of them.
America's
I mean, because
funniest
it's
home videos
YouTube
probably-
now, isn't it?
Well, exactly.
You
Yeah.
don't really
Yeah.
need it. Yeah. All right.
Maybe that's it. It's just 22 minutes of a black screen just with text scrolling through that just says, just go to YouTube and put in funny video.
Well, there are shows
Man
that
gets hit in balls.
there are shows where it's like people sitting on a couch and there's a host going like, check it out, dogs. Look at these hot videos of the week. And it's men being hit with balls and hit with balls in the balls.
yeah.
And then they're like, what do you say, panel? And they're like, that guy's
That's
never
got
going
a hoit.
He's never going to have children because he got hit in the balls. And everybody's like, brilliant.
He's done it again.
Yeah.
That's what. Well, I guess they've replaced the. They've put that guy out of work. You know, the guy that was always the voices of people in those videos.
Oh, I'm a cat. I hope I don't get stuck in this fan. I'm stuck in the fan. Oh,
Exactly.
no.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm a man. I hope I don't get hit in the balls. Oh, my balls. Yeah. What happened to that guy? You know.
Yeah, he killed himself.
Oh.
Next story. Halle Bailey
Yes.
is Ariel in Little Mermaid.
Cool. All right.
Controversy or not, Mason? Because we had a conversation about this.
Well, controversy
or not.
or not, because there was some furor on the internet because she's African American and Ariel, a fictional mermaid, is not.
Yeah.
But a lot of people suspect that is a lot of all the furor is just bots on
Yeah.
Twitter. Like if you go to that hashtag, which was like not my Ariel or something like that, most of it is just people going, this controversy's dumb, just cast whoever.
Yeah.
Whoever is the best person. And there's almost no...
Or just whoever even.
Yeah, just a rando.
It doesn't matter.
It's dark under the ocean,
Yeah,
so
that's
you
right.
can really cast anyone.
Yeah, but Mason, the sunlight and under the water. Remember? And
Oh,
it's
boy.
Danish story.
Everybody's an expert on mermaid physiology
Aren't
now,
they?
aren't they?
Just, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's also a Jamaican crab in that movie.
There is a Jamaican
I
crab.
mean, he's from Jamaica.
Yeah.
I guess.
And traditionally, in the original Little Mermaid, when Ariel gets her legs and she goes on land,
Yeah.
she's constantly bleeding from her feet.
Yeah.
And she's green, I think.
Yeah, cool.
So,
But not on land, right?
no, I think she's green on land.
Because he'd be like, I'm not marrying this one with her weird feet and a green face.
I think she tries to eat him as well.
That's not how you... Maybe they should make that movie.
I think so too.
Yeah. So it might be a drummed up fake bot controversy. I mean, I know
Maybe.
there are people legitimately mad about
Yeah.
this, but the furor, if you will,
Yes.
Mason. Of
A
it
lot of
all.
reference to the furor this week.
That's right. The 88 of it all is that most people don't care, I guess.
I hope not.
I know I don't because, well, I'm not really a fan for one, and just cast whoever.
Right.
I don't care. You a fan? You seen it? You haven't seen it.
Obviously,
What am I
of
asking
course
you?
I've not seen it.
We'll do it when it comes out, though.
Yeah.
We'll caravan of garbage it.
Hooray!
Hooray. Trailers ahoy, everybody.
But have you seen it? You've seen it as a kid.
Maybe. I don't really remember it. I've seen it more times as an adult than I've seen it as a kid.
Yeah, right.
And I don't really like it, to be honest.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I'm just not.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't think I just didn't see it at a young age. And,
Yep.
yeah. I can't relate.
Yep.
Because with the red hair, obviously.
Obviously, of course.
Yeah.
Trailers ahoy.
Trailers ahoy. Which one do you want to do first? Jumanji 3 or Knives Out?
Knives Out.
Okay.
Looks good.
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan
He's doing
Johnson.
a murder mystery.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sort of harkens back to one of his previous movies, The Brothers Bloom, which was like a
I've never
con
seen-
artist
I gotta
kind
watch
of movie. It's
like,
fun.
You're a big fan of that,
It's
aren't
fun.
you?
I like that one, yeah.
Do you like it more than Looper?
Yes.
Your favorite movie, Looper?
I don't like
That
Looper.
means it's your number one favorite movie.
No, Looper's a bad movie and I don't like it. But I like more of his work than I don't.
Yeah.
So,
Is that the only one of his that you don't like, maybe? Does it look like?
yeah, I think so.
You like Brick?
Like
I
Brick.
assume I like Brick. And you
yeah.
like The Last Jedi, which
Correct.
means all other opinions that you say are invalid.
Or
obviously.
valid, exactly, yes.
Yeah.
All-star
Okay.
cast, Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig.
Christopher Evans.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
Oh, Chris Evans is playing way against type.
I love it.
Or more towards, the type when he started it.
Yeah, what he used to
acting.
do. Like
Being
Scott
an
Pilgrim
asshole.
and
Yeah.
They like his version of Johnny Storm is just like a frat boy
Yeah.
moron or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It looks good.
Mm.
I'm excited for this.
And if you're like, I wonder if the movie Knives Out is going to contain a lot of knives, you will not be disappointed.
Mm.
There are so many knives for some
Yes.
reason.
For some reason,
Yeah.
it's probably related to
The murder.
the murder.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
Yeah.
for admitting it. I mean, it's a trailer. I will see this 100%.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, unless it comes out and people are like, it's bad, and then I'll catch it later.
Right. When was the last sort of original whodunit?
Oh, well, you're thinking of Murder Mystery on Netflix, Mason.
Oh, of course, yes.
That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
I saw that.
You thought it was fine. I
It's
remember.
fine. It's totally
Yeah.
fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Very good.
Yeah.
And before that was Murder on the Orient
But
Express.
that's not an orig, is it?
No.
I guess a Sherlock, but again, that's also not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. I'm looking forward to a fresh take.
Yeah.
What will 2019/2020 bring us in terms of whodunits? This movie.
And probably another Poirot movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just for bloody Dave, bloody Warnocky to sink his teeth into.
Yeah, for sure. Mhm.
Yeah. The other one is, of course, Jumanji 3. Everybody's characters have been switched in the video game world.
Some of the characters.
The Rock is Danny
DeVito, yeah. Uh-huh.
Danny Glover is Kevin Hart.
Yep.
Jack Black is someone else or something.
Correct, yes.
I don't remember who's
Fridge.
who. Yeah.
Mhm.
Karen Gillan's character is the same.
The same.
Yeah.
And some of the characters don't get a look in at all.
yeah.
They're in the trailer. The original teens
Yes.
from the original movie are still in it. But are they going to be new characters or are they going to be like cheering from the sidelines?
Hmm.
Because it appears in this one that your main guy who was portraying The Rock in the previous movie has gone missing.
He might be a Nick Jonas.
He's rebuilt. Oh, maybe he's rebuilt the Jumanji cartridge and he's been sucked back into the game.
Man.
Why would you rebuild the cartridge?
It's like
you barely got out last time.
I don't know.
What were you thinking?
because he's lonely for friends.
That's probably right.
Yeah.
Mhm. Do you think that's it? Do you think that's the plot? Because at the end they were like, "We're going to be friends forever."
And
Do
then
you think
Fridge-
they're going to do a quick retcon of like,
We're friends
actually-
for a little bit.
yeah, but now we're not friends
Because we're not in a Jumanji situation.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
But then he brings him back into a Jumanji 3 situation.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I think it's a kind of smart way to do it to different like now The Rock and whoever have,
Yeah,
to,
for
have to do
sure.
a different thing. I think that's good.
That's good, and it gets them to kind of flex their
Yeah.
acting muscles,
And
their regular muscles.
thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's good.
I have having recently rewatched that last Jumanji. Jack Black's great in that,
Yeah, he is. He's really good.
and
Yeah.
the others are also good.
They're all good in it.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, I think, maybe.
Mhm, yeah.
I didn't see it at the cinema. I think you did, didn't
I
you?
did, yeah.
There you go. Do you remember the original?
Sort of.
Not a huge fan.
No.
Not really.
There was a reference in the sequel. Alan
Yeah.
Parrish was here. No repercussions for that. No.
No.
Never comes up again.
The Jumanji that he kind of describes in the original... Actually, I do like that original one,
Uh-huh.
I think. Anyway, the Jumanji that he describes in that one
yeah.
is more terrifying than the Jumanji we actually see.
Yeah,
Like when he comes out of the jungle and he's just wild. And
Oh,
he's just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's talking about spiders and demons and things and hunters coming to get him. But it's just cargo pants and motorbikes and stuff like that. That's what
it
it
kind
really
of
is.
isn't it?
about,
Yeah. You're right. That original character probably does become Nick Jonas because Nick Jonas in the previous one was Colin Hanks. And
Exactly.
Colin Hanks ain't going back. He's
You
got a
don't think?
family to take care of.
Yeah. But you can't really
He's got
go...
Metallica t-shirts to wear.
That's true, he does. Which era? Black?
Mm,
Ride the Lightning.
It looked like maybe
St.
Ride the
Anger?
It was Saint Anger. Yeah.
Some kind of monster? Or is that the documentary?
That's the documentary, yes. Yeah.
I started to watch that.
Mhm.
It's just a lot of just men being grumpy at each other. I'm just...
Yeah, just
Just
middle-aged
not
men.
very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be more interesting.
Is it a lot of them being like, why are we still doing this?
Lars, we fucking hate you, Lars.
Remember that time you did that with Napster? Remember that? You got in a beef with Napster.
I mean, you were right, I guess.
Yeah, in many ways you were right. You should be paid fairly for your efforts, in a way.
I did actually. I've seen the Oasis documentary.
Oh, Supersonic.
Yeah, have you seen it?
It's on my list of something
Yeah,
that I have to get
it's
to.
good. It's
And
a lot of like-
I'm going to keep it on
Yeah.
my list until I attempt to watch it one day, and it's gone.
It's good.
I'm going to check right now to see if it's still there.
Please do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of like, I hate my fucking brother, and that's both of them.
Yeah,
that's
bro,
either of
I was
them.
going to say which brother, but it's irrelevant.
But it's interesting.
Hmm.
God, they're fuckwits though.
Oh, I've
Like
seen-
I find them fascinating. Or one's more than the other.
Liam is
Liam,
worse,
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But, good on them. They did the thing.
But that's the thing. Like they kind of,
It's definitely more Liam.
I feel we've even
talked.
talked about Oasis on this podcast,
Yeah.
but I feel like again they went from a band that was kind of like
It's like pub gigs.
they were doing fine, and they'd released like a couple of maybe 1 or 2 albums, and all the music press had been like, "This is fine," and then they released What's the Story, Morning Glory,
Yeah.
and all the music press were like, "This is fine, but who cares?" And then like 6 months later, they're the biggest band in the world.
Yeah.
Like that's gotta, gotta mess with your brain a lot.
Absolutely.
Also, the cocaine probably messes with your brain.
It's probably a combination of
Probably a
things.
combination of things, yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, is it on your list?
It is on my list. It's still there.
Is it on Netflix?
Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow. It's on Stan.
Okay. Get it before. Now that you've looked at it, it's going to disappear.
I've said it, so I better watch it tonight.
Is there somebody at Stan and
Listening
Netflix
to this.
listening?
Listening to this, maybe.
I suspect there is.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got some listeners, so
Maybe there's a
there's
Stan
a chance,
employee.
isn't
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want some news on The Flash? It's got a director maybe or in talks.
It doesn't, though, does it?
Well, even if it does.
I'll believe any of this when I see it. Even
the
when
movie, you
even
mean.
when the trailer comes out, I'll be like, is it really, or is
Yeah.
this test footage, you know?
It's a good and valid question. But Andy Machete, who's
I'm sorry, what?
Andy Machete.
Is that spelt the way you'd expect machete to...
Muschetti.
Oh, right.
So I
Not
guess
as
it's
good.
Muschetti, it could be.
Muschetti?
Yeah, it could be Muschetti. Where's my Muschetti?
Where- thank
Here
you.
he is, maybe directing,
Maybe he's directing
a
the Flash.
movie.
What else has he done? I've never heard of
It.
Muschetti.
He's done the It movies.
Oh, I like
So,
that.
yeah, he's
like
done
those
some-
movies.
he's good.
At least one of them.
At least one of those
I'm
movies.
assuming the other
and
one will be of
and
equal quality.
The trailer for the other one you also enjoyed, I
I did,
think,
that's true, yeah.
So we'll see, won't we?
Yeah,
About this. I can't believe I didn't bunch this together with the DC news. I think that says to people that this is not a professional situation, and I don't like that. I don't like it comes
The
coming across-
podcast or DC generally is not a professional
I
situation.
like to maintain a level slightly above the DC film slate, and I think we maintained it.
Yeah, that's a low bar to pass, but we've done it. We usually do it most weeks, I think. And if what we do is if we on the way out of here we look at your Justice League lanyard,
Yes.
and most weeks we go we beat you.
Yeah, we got you.
And
Not
some
this
weeks,
week.
Yeah, some
So
weeks we
it's-
just turn it around so they're not looking at us.
Okay, so I've spelt this well wrong. It's Muschetti. Not that you care. I know you
Right.
don't, but that's the
Is that
situation.
Italian for mosquito?
It might be,
Or
yeah.
Moscato?
Good question. Well, I'm checking if he's done anything else relating to superheroes. Not really. So it's like, yeah. He also was the set production assistant on Evita in 1996.
Well, he's moving up in the
a
world.
musical, which is bad. I saw it recently.
Oh, yes.
Do not like it. One more bit of news. Two more bits of news.
Is that you attempting to build some sort of layer of professionalism?
Absolutely it is.
You're going to have to do that every time now.
That's right.
Once we reach the 2 more bits of news level.
So the creator of Akira, I'm sorry, everybody. Katsuhiro
Yes.
Otomo. I could probably edit that into something, can't I?
You could do it later. It's fine. But keep all that in.
Yes.
And then just a second of silence. And then maybe a perfect pronunciation, maybe from YouTube.
Yeah, all Levins.
Yeah, great.
Levins could definitely do
Yep,
it. He's doing a brand new anime series based on the original Akira manga.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a more faithful adaptation because, as we both know, especially me, who's a big fan of
You're the guy who knows everything about anime.
100%
And Ultraman?
and manga.
Yeah.
That's right. Guess what's this? Avatar: Last Airbender. Not an anime or a manga. It's actually an American production. It's obviously takes its stylistic influences from
I'm listening.
some properties from the East.
The Land of the Rising Sun.
Correct.
yeah.
Such the movie.
Yes.
Rising. What's that? What's that Sean Connery movie?
Rising Sun.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
No.
Correct. And that's what I'm
That's
saying.
great.
It's
Yeah. Okay.
different properties.
From what I understand, he's doing a new version.
Yep.
And I think they're doing a 4K re-release of the original.
Yes.
And they're also doing, I think, a new, like, super oversized, like, complete retranslation
right.
of the original manga for English.
People will love that, won't
Yeah.
they? Because they love a retranslation of subs and dubs and
It's going to
et
be.
cetera and so
I'm
forth.
kind of excited for that.
Me too.
It's going to be like 1,000 pages.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back because I've seen Akira and read it multiple times, all of it. But I'm thinking I'm going to go back into somebody who's never seen it and just kind of try and watch it with fresh
Oh yeah,
eyes.
so put yourself in the mindset
Of an idiot.
of a man who's ignorant of what you're talking about currently.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, obviously.
Yeah, for sure, because you know everything about
Yeah.
those things. Yes.
Yeah. Are you a fan?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you'll love this, maybe.
I mean, not as much. Again, I think every time I go into like JB Hi-Fi or whatever, I'll see like there's a super special edition.
Yeah.
and it's got like the score on an LP and like the Blu-ray and all that's in the art book.
You see the word Akira, and then the main guy from Akira,
Mm-hmm.
Jason Akira.
Yes.
In some translations, I should point out.
Sure.
People might not be familiar
Yeah.
with the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then it's his red Akira bike, which is also called Akira.
That's correct. Yes.
So that's what
Akira
you said?
2000
Yes.
is the name of his bike.
In some translations.
Yeah, uh-huh.
But so you see that and you're like, I'm going to go in this time?
Every time I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
no.
You don't-
Maybe this is the time. Maybe this is the one.
Yeah. So, like, and the thing about this is it's not going to wipe away the old Akira if you love the movie. But there are a lot of people who are fans of the original. My understanding is that they're okay with this. Like another
Yeah.
more faithful version.
Exactly, yeah.
Mm. And there you go.
The main guy's name is Kaneda,
What?
but his bike's name is Kaneda 2000.
Yes.
He's named his bike after himself.
We all know.
Okay, cool.
Not all of us know, obviously. The experts in the room.
Yeah, right.
Me and you know that.
We know that. Yeah.
Neil Gaiman's Sandman is coming to Netflix.
Mm.
The DC streaming service is dead, right?
Seemingly, yes.
Because why would this be happening?
And again, that could very well be this AT&T
Yeah.
acquisition because they're like, well, this isn't immediately making $1 billion, so it's out.
But the Sandman was never going to make $1 billion. It's not $1 billion property, is
Sandman
it?
or Swamp Thing?
Sandman.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just saying, like, because why wouldn't it go to the DC streaming?
That's true,
Is
yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, I guess like there's other properties on there, like the Black Lightning. One of them's on there,
Black Lightning's on
Yeah.
Netflix, yeah.
and that's a DC
And
one.
Lucifer is on there.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So, you know.
But is that only on Netflix here though, and not?
No, I think it is. I think in America it's on Netflix as well.
Wow.
Because there was a, hey, Netflix, save Lucifer campaign, I think.
And they went, all right,
God, I guess.
we have to. I mean, we're already.
Well, let's check our algorithm. Will it get us some new viewers?
Oh yep, we're heavily in debt. Yeah, we'll do it.
We'll do it. Why not? Yeah. Somebody will buy this before. Disney will buy us before.
That's maybe
Yep.
or AT&T.
Yeah.
But so David Goyer's doing it, which is, I mean, you don't have to get David Goyer for every DC property, do you?
No.
You can ask someone else. There's
Absolutely
other people
could ask somebody
available.
else, yeah.
I mean, he's done some good stuff, but not all of it. And also Alan R. Heinberg, who worked on the Wonder Woman movie and also the Young Avengers comic.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so we're finally getting Sandman, or are we?
Well, that's the thing. But also, like, when I think of a David Goyer,
Yeah,
He's-
Blade 3. That's what you're thinking.
Blade 3, absolutely.
He
But
wrote
when-
Batman, Superman.
Yeah. Did he have it? What did he have to do
Some of
with
it.
the Dark Knight trilogy?
Co-writer or something.
Yeah, right,
Yeah, so he
uh-huh.
did, I don't know.
Okay.
But that's a mostly Nolan. I think like the Nolan
yeah,
brothers
right. uh-huh.
together,
Sure,
but
sure.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't really know. Oh, he did an early screenplay for Master of the Universe. Oh, he did Terminator Dark Fate. Oh.
But that's not out yet.
I know.
Don't judge it
He's
yet.
working on Krypton, and I'm on Krypton.
Mm-hmm.
He did some uncredited writing on Godzilla.
I feel we do that. I bet you could put together
Hmm.
just a supercut of us explaining to each other who David Goyer is from previous episodes because I feel we do it
Yeah.
every single time.
I
I'm like,
know.
Who's this guy
I'm
again?
just curious. I'm just like he did Man of Steel.
Yep.
He wrote Batman v Superman. He wrote Man of Steel. Dark Knight Rises. He did Spirit of Vengeance. Yeah.
Oh, Ghost Rider 2.
That's right. He did the screenplay for Jumper. He worked on the Blade TV series. Guess when the Blade TV series came out? Guess.
2004.
Wow, it was 2006. I thought it was like much later. So you had a better idea than I did.
Price is Right rules.
But he also wrote Blade 2.
Mm.
But he also directed Blade 3. But maybe that was not going to be good anyway, despite all.
This guy's another one of these mixed bag guys.
He's
you know?
very much a mixed bag.
Yeah,
and I think
right.
it greatly depends on who he's working with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, like this could be like Lucifer is from the Sandman universe, and he is Lucifer. The TV version is Lucifer in the loosest possible sense.
Yeah.
there is
The
And
loosest. I can't.
I'm
pun.
not following.
I can't pun that because it's the same word. Lucifer. It's just Lucifer in terms of loose.
Oh, yep.
Like it doesn't. I couldn't even convey to you what I was trying to do then.
No, I got what you were trying to
Oh,
do,
you just let
and
me-
I decided not to
Let me
help you out. Yeah.
Just
Decided-
dangle in the breeze.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, but that version is just they've just gone bare bones the character. He's
Yeah.
Lucifer. He's on Earth. Let's say he runs a nightclub. now it's a police procedural.
Yeah.
So what if they just go, okay, Sandman, he's the Lord of Dreams. He's an abstract concept.
He runs a bar.
He runs a bowling alley, I was going to say.
The guy from Monk's his sidekick. Fuck, whatever. Right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like,
I think they'd probably go more kind of hardcore.
You'd hope so.
I imagine.
did we say we said Netflix?
Yeah, I think
Okay, right.
I think this will come out.
Yeah, because again, based on the Goya track record, I'm like, well, is he going to go super abstract
Yeah.
and high concept and special effects and War for the Universe kind of situation, or is he just going to be like, yeah, he runs a laundromat? I
Yeah,
guess.
that's right.
Mm.
Can we do a similar thing? Like
A lot of people dream in a laundromat, you know? 'cause
That's
they're-
true.
They have a little nap.
Yeah,
They're waiting for their sheets
Yeah.
in the dryer.
I tend, depending where you are, you can go somewhere else. Put your clothes in. No one's stealing your wet clothes.
Oh,
man.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, they might dump them in a basket if it's full. But that's
That's
the
true.
extent of it.
Yeah.
And you come back and you're like, who did this? Who did this?
One of my socks is missing. It's my favorite sock.
Yeah, so good. I still got to finish Sandman. What I know about Lucifer is,
Yes.
I can't say I'm a huge fan, but I see the picture and he's looking through a wine glass and it's red and half of his face is a devil's face. And I'm like, oh, he's the devil.
That's right.
That's what
it's
I
a subtle
know.
clue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
That's the last bit of news.
All right.
It's ad time and it's a glad time, isn't it?
Yeah. Do we
Good.
always do it like that?
Yep.
Probably.
Well,
Nice.
I
I
don't-
like it a lot.
Are you a big fan?
Yeah.
Good. Are you a big fan of the Casper mattress, Mason?
Yes.
Knowing that you are.
Yes.
I mean, I know we were supposed to talk about this later in the ad copy. Let's do it up top. I know you love the unboxing experience, Mason.
Well, I've only done it once.
Yeah, but you really
But I
loved
think
it.
back to it every time. I wish I'd videoed it and put it on YouTube.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you ever need another one, which you won't, because why would you, Mason?
Exactly.
You could definitely give it a go. But it's also a comfortable mattress, isn't it?
Yes.
And I know that for a fact because you know
you-
that for a fact.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I thought you've
yes,
shown
I've
up at my house when
I've
I'm not
snuck
there.
in and
Oh, okay.
no,
test
you've
it
been
out.
there. I'm just up before you are. So I come in after
Oh, yeah.
you've been to bed,
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
test it out.
Yep.
I'm
I just
gone.
got such great sync and bounce that I don't even notice. It's incredible. You know, some
Exactly.
brands, they have that wine test. They put
Yeah.
the glass of wine in there. It's just you jumping
just
on my
me.
bed. I never notice.
Casper products are cleverly designed to mimic human curves, providing supportive comfort for all kind of bodies because you spend 1/3 of your life sleeping, so you should be comfortable, even if there's a man sneaking in at night with a glass of wine.
If
jumping
anything,
on your bed.
that's the perfect time to be comfortable. I don't want to be uncomfortable when that happens.
definitely
That's the
not.
worst case scenario. I want to be very comfy when that happens.
The experts at Casper work tirelessly to make a quality sleep surface that cradles your natural geometry in all the right places. They've got breathable design that helps you sleep cool and regulate your body temperature throughout the night. And they have over 20,000 reviews with an average of 4.8 stars across Casper, Amazon, and Google. Casper is fast becoming the internet's favorite mattress.
We say that every time, but I think at this point they are the internet's favorite mattress. Am I right?
I mean,
You
look,
know?
they haven't said for us to say that specifically, but I think we can go out on a limb.
Let's extrapolate.
We won't get wrapped on the knuckles for saying that it's the internet's favorite
And if I do
mattress.
get wrapped on the knuckles, not even going to notice because I'm in that sweet, sweet bed.
Yeah,
You know?
sure.
Wrap on my knuckles all you like, Casper.
You encourage it, if anything.
That's right.
But the funny thing is, not just funny, Mason.
Oh, yeah.
Money
But I mean
saving.
funny, obviously.
Yeah,
Well, that's
sure.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty bloody funny, I tell you what.
You can actually get $50 towards select mattresses by visiting casper.com/theweeklyplanet and use offer code theweeklyplanet, all one.
That is funny.
I-
Better say it again, though.
Yes, and use
You were right. You were
the
not
off-
wrong.
And use the offer code theweeklyplanet, all one word at checkout.
So you're laughing too.
Terms and conditions apply. That's $50 towards select mattresses by visiting casper.com/theweeklyplanet and use the offer code theweeklyplanet, all one word. Terms and conditions do apply. On with the show, Casper Mattresses.
Casper mattresses.
And now it's time for Spider-Man. He's far from America, which is his home. But Tom Holland's home is closer to Holland or Europe. England specifically is where he's from.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently he filmed this right around the corner from his house, some of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And his house is
He
a
went-
fish and chip shop.
That's right. He lives above it.
Yes. Fried Mars bars.
He mans the till on Sunday mornings.
Good for
If you want to
him.
go down.
Bit of extra pocket money, you know?
Why wouldn't he want a
Yeah.
shilling or two
That's right.
for his efforts? He went all the way to Hollywood, only to come back to his hometown. What am I doing? Box office.
Hollandwood.
Holland.
That's what we call England.
Yes,
Because that's where he lives.
124 4-day weekend, 180 since it opened in the US.
Seems
'Cause
good.
Yes, it is. It opened very early, like Monday or Tuesday, depending where you are in the world. We got it Monday, didn't we? And it hit 500 million world. It will hit 500 million worldwide by the time this goes out, it seems. So it's made its budget back and then some, and it's probably going to hit $1 billion. I'd
I'm going to
say
say people like Spider-Man.
they do like Spider-Man.
I'm putting my reputation on the line and
Yeah.
saying people enjoy Tom Holland and
Yes.
Spider-Man.
And I think also the MCU, this coming off the back of Endgame and so forth.
And Jon Favreau's Happy Hogan.
Yes, they do like him.
Mm-hmm.
Happying about. What's he
Yeah.
doing?
Well, I mean, think about
Planes.
it. What's the one thing that ties together Avengers Endgame? Spider-Man Far From Home. Jon Favreau.
That's true.
Yep.
It's the link.
That is
And,
the link.
and Spider-Man.
Who?
People love Happy Hogan.
They love Happy
and that's why
Hogan.
this will make $1 billion.
What's he gonna do? Is he gonna be out of breath and running around?
Yes.
Is he gonna be attempting to futilely fight somebody way more skilled than him?
Yes. Not as much in this one.
Not as much, but yeah.
What did you think the story was?
Oh no!
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Okay, well, it's bloody. Spoiler alert, not really, but it's post Endgame.
We're going to do non-spoilers and spoilers
Yeah,
for Spider-Man.
it's
That's time code.
Yeah, Avengers Endgame. It's everybody's back.
Yep.
It's a little bit confusing.
Yep.
Everybody's returned from the blip.
From the bloop.
And you know what? It's a real stressful time for everybody, but it's the end of the school semester.
Woo!
So let's go on holiday.
Woo.
Yeah. And so Peter Parker and all his friends who luckily were all snapped 5 years ago and are all back.
Or are dumb and have not moved up.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
Is that really his deal? That one guy?
Which one?
The guy. The guy who's 21 now or whatever.
There's
There's one guy.
who's 21. Really?
The older guy.
No, he grow up. Wasn't he a kid when they left, and then he grew up?
Yeah,
to
that's
be
what I'm
handsome?
saying. Yeah.
No, he did. He wasn't kept down. He was like 13 or younger. He was like 11.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
And now he's
Okay,
16 or
okay,
whatever.
right.
Yeah. But there must be one in there who's
Yep.
been kept down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, they've all gone on holiday. They're
Yeah.
on a field trip to Europe. But there's action afoot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A mysterious elemental situation
Absolutely.
has presented itself. And Nick Fury's like, Spider-Man, we need you. And Spider-Man's like, God fucking damn it.
Yep.
Everything.
I just want to kiss a
I
girl.
want to kiss a girl and not wear a tight Spider-Man suit. Yeah. But he has to do both.
Yes,
And then- yeah, definitely.
yep, exactly.
I think it's good.
Yes.
What do you think?
What does that mean?
I like it.
You've damned that with faint praise, haven't
No,
you?
I just think it's very back heavy, like in terms of like the things that I enjoyed.
Okay. What didn't you like about the?
I know that I didn't not like really any of it. I just think it kind of gets more interesting as it goes.
Oh no, not a movie that gets more interesting as you watch it.
No, I just,
That sounds awful. I'd much rather a movie that gets boring as you watch it.
I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I'm saying the
I'm
most.
mocking you. You got
I
that?
know what you're saying.
Okay, good.
I get
Alright,
it.
Yep.
But I just think because it culminates in something, even in the post credits, which is probably the most interesting thing of the entire
Oh, I see.
film.
Right.
And maybe it's weighted unevenly in terms of that, but that's
Okay.
yeah. That's I guess like you said, it's better than the opposite.
But I also think
Yeah.
that works because we have just had 11 years
Yes.
of leading up to the biggest event, and you know, in this one I when I saw it, I think we saw, you know, the aftermath of the snap, and there were still people in the cinema being like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I remember when everybody died and then they came back.
It's good I like how they kind of.
Yeah.
It's not even. I was gonna say brush over it. They don't brush over it. They address it directly, but it's
Yeah.
really quick. It's like.
Yeah, I
it's
think that's
done.
really
Yeah.
for the most part all we're going to see. But I think we needed that. I think we needed to start off
Because we don't
easy.
need 30 minutes of this person's wife got remarried and
Yes,
you know what I mean,
exactly,
and
yeah.
they had and now they've got another kid or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
we don't need any. I mean, those problems exist in the universe
uh-huh.
for sure.
I mean, maybe a short film about that.
Yeah, I'll
if
watch
they bring
it.
back the Marvel shorts, which they won't.
Well, I did a deleted scenes video on this video on this
Yeah.
particular movie, but there's a bunch of stuff they cut out where Peter's going to collect his stuff for his trip, and he's got a list of things to do, including a
Yes.
mob boss fight.
he has to fight.
Yeah.
He has to defeat the Manfredi Moss. Not Moss.
Moss
He has
Man.
to defeat Moss Man from
Yeah, from
Master
He-Man,
Universe.
yes.
He has to defeat the Manfredi mob, which is headed by the cyborg Silvermane, a character I maintain should be in one of these movies, but never is.
Maybe they are. in
Yeah,
this.
maybe he was in this deleted scene. But we didn't see it.
We
though.
didn't see
that whole
any
thing
of
because
it.
that's in the trailer. The whole
Yeah.
bit where he's in the Iron Spider suit and he
Yeah.
defeats this mob, and then he tells the cops that he's doing their job, and then he's going on vacation. None of that's in it at all.
No, it's not.
Huh.
I don't think it matters though. To
No,
be
no, I
honest.
don't think so
I think
either.
it's because this is 2 hours and 9, so it's shorter an hour than
Yes.
the Avengers. But
Uh-huh.
this in it or out, I don't think it. I don't feel cheated by
Uh-huh.
that not being in there. I'm like,
What do we
yeah,
get at the what is the opening scene again?
he does collect some stuff, I guess, but it's mostly him packing, and then he just goes to Europe. Like they're at school, and then
Okay,
and then they
cool.
leave. And
What's more, this movie is again. You're right in the sense that this movie starts off as just more of a teens going on vacation
Yeah.
movie, and then it turns into
Yeah.
an action movie by like Act 1.5.
yeah,
maybe.
that's it. And the action in itself increases tenfold. And there's a turning point in this movie
Yes.
where there's very distinct points, like,
Yes.
where the stakes are raised
For
significantly.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny as well, I think, for the most part. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that.
Peter Parker, Tom Holland is really good as Peter Parker. I think there's things about that character that I think may be a problem down the line, which we'll get to in spoilers.
Right.
Because of the certain events in this universe and
Yeah.
responsibilities and such.
Uh-huh.
But also, it's not the comics version, is it? It's a different.
Yeah, and
MCU
again, I think
version,
maybe we
yeah.
talked about this last week or the week before that this version of the character, he did grow up, in Queens, and he and his aunt aren't that well off, kind of thing. But at this point, he's kind of like he's in the upper echelon of the Stark corporation, really.
Exactly.
Like he's sort of, and he'll, unless there's some weird extenuating circumstances, he'll never be just a poor kid anymore.
No.
So that version is kind of.
I mean, I'm sure there are ways to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
convincingly. And also in the comics, he's friends with all the richest superheroes. And,
Yeah, right.
And there's been times when his aunt's sick and he's like, I don't want to go to Tony Stark for nothing, that son of a bitch or whatever. So, it's the comic's kind of the same, but they mostly just... I think people are more forgiving of comics being entirely separate.
For sure,
Because
yeah.
these are so intertwined, these movies, that you kind of
Yeah.
can't escape it. Anyway, I really like MJ. I like that they're leaning into... It just is MJ now. They're not kind of dancing around. It's like, this is good. Because I feel
Sure,
like
yeah.
in the last movie, they were like, by the way, it's MJ, see you later.
Right.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah, sure.
And I like her in the role, and I like Ned. And all the school friends. And
Yeah.
I think they're all
This movie's quite
convincing teenagers.
This movie is quite Martin Starr / JB Smoove heavy.
You sure?
The supporting cast gets way more play.
Yeah.
In this than the previous movie, which is nice.
I like those guys, yeah. Did Martin Starr... He wasn't in the Snap, was he? I don't think he was. He talks about his wife at one point. No, he wasn't. I don't think he
No,
was,
but his
yeah.
wife did leave him.
Yes. Pretending that, yeah.
Oh, that's, yeah. Okay.
Which
yeah,
means
yeah.
he mustn't have been in the Snap. Now, there was another hero in this movie, Mason, of course. Mysterio.
It's you, the viewer. Oh.
That's right.
Oh, right,
And
okay.
thanks, and the viewer for purchasing a ticket and keeping bloody cinema alive.
That's right.
That's
the
what
real
you
hero.
mean, right?
That's what I mean. Yes.
And Mysterio.
Sure. Yeah.
He turns up to help battle the elementals. They've changed him a bit from the comics. We'll talk about that more in spoilers, I guess. But what do you think of all those situations? Mysterio's outfit's great, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah. We get a cape. We get a fishbowl. It's all we've ever wanted.
Yeah, man. He's shooting glyphs and shit and,
Yeah.
and flying
Gyllenhaal's
about.
performance is really good. I
He's
think.
very good in this.
Yeah. He's you really feel for the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel it.
Yeah.
The things that you're saying. Yeah. More on him later, though.
Oh,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, of course, Nick Fury, Maria Hill, and such and so forth. Cause,
Yes.
Yeah. There was a lot of this movie where I'm like, why are they getting Spider-Man to do this? Get someone else. But that becomes very clear later.
Oh, yeah, right,
why that. But again, we can't really get into that in spoilers. I think there's some CGI flipping and Spider-Man-y stuff which doesn't look entirely convincing or real in this.
Interesting.
I think it might be the suit because it's so form-fitting and smooth. It doesn't like wrinkle and crease like real clothing.
Oh,
So
right,
he does seem sometimes like just a rubber ball just kind of bouncing
Oh,
around.
right. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, because I remember when The Amazing Spider-Man 2, it opens with
Oh,
Peter
here comes
Parker's-
another bloody Amazing Spider-Man 2 bloody anecdote. Here we go. This is all he's got. Just Amazing Spider-Man 2 anecdotes.
Remember it opens how he's falling out of the sky or
To
whatever.
be clear, I don't. Whatever you're going to say, I don't remember what happened in Amazing
But
Spider-Man
anyway,
2.
he's falling out of the sky at the
That
start.
doesn't seem plausible, but all right.
Yeah, or he's jumped off a building, and you see the suit, like it's skin tight, but you can see the edges of it are kind of flapping in the breeze. And that.
Ah,
There's
right.
none of that. This is just like, and I know it's a special nanotech and whatever, but I think that's a problem with some of these suits. And I think the Iron Man suit has gone this way
Mm-hmm.
because it's not really a physical thing that kind of clunks over him anymore.
Yeah.
It's not that interesting to just be like, it's just in my jacket, and all these particles come out, and now I'm wearing the Iron.
Yeah,
I
right,
don't think
right.
it's as like I enjoyed the suit up scenes a lot
Yeah.
more when they were.
Yeah, we do because we don't really get the Iron Spider suit in this movie.
No.
We see
I
it.
guess you can't take it through an airport.
Well,
I
yeah,
guess.
we see it on him at there's you see it in the trailer. There's kind of a charity event that he's wearing it. I think it looks great.
Yeah, I agree.
But then later we see it, and it's just he sort of stores it in his bedroom in like a nanotech tank kind of thing, and it just sort of swirls around. It's
cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, impractical.
Don't put your head in that either.
Put your head in there.
It'll scramble your brain.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Your face will be on the back of your head. You don't want that.
You don't want that.
So I think some of it is I found on the most part really good, but some of it a bit kind of bouncy.
Okay.
Kind of.
I didn't really think about it, but if I go to watch it again, that'll be the only thing I say.
Great. Well, I'm glad I've ruined this experience for you.
No problem.
This is mostly all the stuff I have to say is kind of spoiler related.
Okay, cool.
But did you like the action scenes?
I
in
did
this?
like the action sequences.
Me too. There's one particular moment which is very drawn from the comics, which is excellent.
Oh.
And you probably know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Oh, he's taking his glasses off.
And they're back on.
Oh,
There we go.
It's really good.
Thank you.
That was just for me, and I appreciate it. But yeah, do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, probably not.
I'm sure you do. What else do you want to say here? Do you want to go spoilers?
Let me think. No, it's well worth your time, I
It's
think.
good.
And it's a good, I think it revitalizes the MCU to a certain degree. Like, if
Yeah.
you were like, oh my God, I hope there's no more of these movies because I'm so tired.
I felt a bit like that after Endgame, like I need a break.
Yeah,
And this was kind of a nice
Yeah.
reprieve.
And I think it starts out slow and it ramps
Yeah.
up. Like there's a lot of action in this.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it's kind of a roller coaster. It's a bit, towards the end, I'm like, boy, this is a bit, there was a lot of action in this. It was kind of exhausting, but I think it eased us in. So
Yeah.
I think if it was non-stop action roller coaster from minute one, I
Yeah.
don't think I'd be exhausted.
But
I'm not.
he's not exhausted.
I'm gonna say best
and
movie ever. I
I'm
enjoyed
also
this
going
one.
to say best movie ever.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's like a bit better than like an Ant-Man, but not great for me. Yeah.
All right.
Where does it fit in for you?
I think it's in the upper echelon just because it's the character's very likable. It was a good, fun kind of, teen adventure movie.
Yeah.
I think the performances are great. Again, Gyllenhaal, very good.
Very good.
Very, very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Good.
Spoilers?
Yes.
Spoilers.
Spoiler.
Mysterious
Rufus,
about.
he's a villain. Yeah.
I mean, we knew that because comics and such.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
But I thought, even though the reveal you see coming,
Uh-huh.
I was kind of caught off guard by how villainous and vicious he was.
Yeah, right.
He was so mean.
Well, I mean...
and really deceptive and charming, but the worst.
Yeah, see, that's the performance that I'm
Yeah.
enjoying because
Yes.
he really, had we not known, and I guess there's no way for us to not. The only way they could have done it is to make him a different villain.
Or if you didn't know him from the comics.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think if you didn't know, I'd be very curious if there are people out there who have never read a Spider-Man comic or don't know anything about Mysterio who watched it and were you taken aback by the turn? Or were you like, no, I saw that coming because, he's purple and green and he has a fishbowl on his head.
Yeah.
And he shoots green smoke out of his hands.
Yes, absolutely.
So
yeah, but I enjoyed the element that I didn't know was that that I liked. He wasn't a special effects guy. He used to work for Tony Stark. He created Barf.
Yes.
And he's a disgruntled employee. I thought that was a really good way
Yes.
to work it into the universe.
Which leads to the question, is the next Spider-Man 3 going to be once again Spider-Man cleaning up another Tony Stark
villain.
mess?
Yeah.
Because that's what both of these have been. It's just Tony Stark's mistakes that he's just handballed over to the kid to fix.
to the 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, right? I hope the next... I like this. And again, with superhero stuff, often the villainous theme is always the same. And with Spider-Man, in the comics, it's always like a weird misfit of science, or an experiment gone wrong, or a guy who's given himself a scorpion tail or whatever. But again, this I don't want the next one to be just like, and then Tony Stark put all these bombs around the world.
Yeah.
Which he kind of did in this.
Yeah, I guess
he built a giant satellite of killer drones.
Yeah. I'm so glad I didn't see it because there's a trailer that gives away the satellite of killer drones.
Is there?
Yeah, I thought that was that was my funniest moment where he accidentally activates them, and then you see this enormous satellite just come into orbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the ramifications of this tiny thing that he's just kind of said. Yeah, no, I liked that, but I liked that the Mysterio team was revealed to be disgruntled Stark employees.
Yeah, for sure.
At first, when they were like, "This is the guy from Iron Man 1," and I'm like, "That's incredible!" I should have seen that coming because he was just standing in the background. It's that guy. I know that actor.
He's
And then
a
I'm like,
producer apparently.
"Oh, is he?"
Yeah, and he
And he's that kid from that Christmas movie or whatever.
oh, it's it'll come to me later. But he shaves his head for the
Yes,
for
he
the
does.
role. Yeah,
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, who are
That's
these?
shave your head, but I couldn't shave a bald patch into my head.
It might be a cap thing.
No,
or
he
whatever.
shaved his head. In the Iron Man one, he shaved his head.
He definitely
You see
did.
it in the making of, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No, no.
Because what if it doesn't come
Yeah.
back, Mason?
That's what I'm talking about.
but
He's in A Christmas Story.
yes, that's the one. I was when they were like, and this employer, you were sick of him too, and I'm like, well, who's this person? Nah, nobody.
Yeah, it's just
There's
a
only
random-
one.
yeah,
I thought
they
they
ran out,
I thought
yeah.
they were going to get others, so that was a
Yeah.
bit disappointing. But that drone technology is and the holograms and such is the perfect. Because if they were like, yeah, Tony Stark made a bunch of drones that could hologram anything or whatever, I'd be like, okay, when and for what purpose? But that was from a movie 3 years ago that we saw that. And
Yep.
the way that they brought it back, I thought it was really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
We always, I think there was some speculation that Barf was going to be used in Endgame.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
And I think the directors of Endgame talked about it.
Yeah,
But I
right.
guess they were referring to this, I
oh,
assume.
they're
yeah.
sneaky. A couple of sneaky
They're
snakes.
good. But then I think back to like the battle that Mysterio is having with the Elementals, and I'm like, how much of this is him? Like none, I guess.
Well, none, because if you remember correctly, there's a live version of the suit,
Yeah.
and there's a hologram version of the suit.
Yeah.
And when he's fighting the elementals,
It's not him,
It's just
yeah.
a hologram flying about.
And then the moment
So
when
he can't fly.
Yes, but he can though because he flies next to Peter Parker. Remember the bit where he gives him the pep talk and he flies up next to him?
Drone.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think it is. A
But
drone.
I feel like Peter Parker would have realized it was a drone.
no, because his Peter Tingle was on the fritz.
See, I don't think it was on the fritz. I just think
yes.
it wasn't tuned to this situation. Because you know the bit where she throws the banana at him
Uh-huh.
and he doesn't catch it? I think
Yes.
he didn't catch it because it's a banana and he doesn't need to catch
Well,
it.
see, that's what I thought
Yeah.
that as well. Like, it's the spider sense only operates when actual danger is happening. So if your aunt throws a banana at you,
Yeah.
that's not a dangerous situation.
Because when he does eventually overcome it,
Yeah.
he closes his eyes and he kind of focuses and he's not looking at what's happening. So I think that he just needed to kind of drown out
Yeah.
the noise to be able to use it. That's what I thought.
Oh.
I don't think it actually just wasn't working, but maybe I've misinterpreted that.
Mm.
Mysterio tried to push him in front of a bloody train, though, didn't he?
He did push him in front of a train.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was pretty mean of him.
Is that a deliberate? Is that an homage to the scene that was cut out of Spider-Man 2,
That we
where
talked
Dr.
about, yeah.
Octopus throws Spider-Man into the path of a train?
So good.
Yeah.
Speaking of Caravan of Garbage this week, it's going to be on a Thursday. I had to push it back. My son was in hospital. He's okay now. He had influenza A and pneumonia, and so everything's been pushed back a little bit. Thank you for your support, everybody. I just thought I'd let everyone know that. Yeah. But so that's coming up Thursday. Sorry, but yeah, maybe
Maybe.
brutal though, right?
Yes.
And he doesn't walk it off, does he? He's like, he's hurt
Yes,
for quite
yes.
a bit.
Correct.
But okay, but the scene I was talking about, which was amazing, was the Mysterio trip out scene.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah. Mhm.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And it's all stuff from the comics where I'm sure I couldn't find it for my Easter egg video. Link below if people want to check it out. But like Spider-Man's inside Mysterio's dome in his head. Is that a comic cover?
I think it might be.
I
yeah.
couldn't find it.
Okay, right.
I'm sure I'd seen it or somewhere.
Well, it might be internal pages. Or
Yeah,
something
who
like that, yeah.
knows?
But that scene was great, and
Yeah.
that it was very reminiscent of the Arkham games.
Yeah.
when Batman fights the Scarecrow and
Absolutely.
just everything gets super trippy.
The Marvel Zombies.
Oh, so good.
A chef's kiss, you say?
Yes,
Yeah.
Bellissimo.
And it's good that the Nick Fury, well, there's a few fake Nick Furies in this movie, but the Nick Fury he was talking to prior,
yeah,
who he thought was real and on his side, that it was so many layers deep of
yes,
deception
uh-huh.
that wasn't even real either. Yeah, so, and I also enjoyed that Quentin Beck's regular superhero suit is just a mocap suit.
Me too.
It's
I thought that was
it's so
fun.
great.
But he kept the fishbowl head.
Yeah, and it looks ridiculous because
Yeah.
everybody looks ridiculous in a
Uh-huh.
mocap
Yeah.
suit.
But
yeah.
he's just—that's the thing. They're just his work clothes.
Yeah.
You know. I think the plan was good. Other things. You know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. mhm.
Did you like the new suit?
Why are they all so disgruntled? Is it because
Stark's
Tony
a prick, he's a
Stark's?
prick.
Well, I mean, of course he's a prick. But I mean, he did he steal all their technologies?
Maybe Quentin Beck like took him along for the ride or something.
Yeah, maybe,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Because they'd all been belittled and yelled at by
Yeah.
him and whatever.
Sure,
I mean, if
yeah.
he's employing X number of people, 10,000,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna get
Some
20.
disgruntled ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Anyway, he dies or does he dies?
Absolutely good question. Right? Yeah.
I think he did, but even if he's dead, he's got a team of people that can recreate him.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah.
And that's maybe what happened at the end when it's revealed.
Well, that's the thing. If he's because he never reveals who. I mean, I guess that could be recorded footage. Should we talk about the post-credit sequence?
Let's do it.
We should. Okay. What's interesting about this movie is that both in other Marvel movies, usually if there's two post-credit sequences, one's a joke and one pushes the plot forward.
One's a big cat knocking over a shipping container.
Exactly.
There
But
were no big
this
cats
one,
this time.
no, both of these push the story forward.
Yeah,
So
in ways that we can't even begin to imagine.
we can.
But let's begin.
Let's
to
begin
imagine.
to imagine. Yeah. Who's gonna stop us?
So the first one is the return of J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
Hooray!
And that was spoiled for me prior.
Ah,
which
not me.
was, No, because because on our videos we did for Spider-Man,
Uh-huh.
and this because I saw it. It was spoiled for me, and I saw an early screening. It was still spoiled for me.
Wow.
I saw it like 4 days before it came
We
out.
didn't
or
see an
whatever.
early screening.
No,
did you?
obviously not. But like, because we were like, or you specifically were like, that's the best performance of anyone in any comic book movie
It's
ever.
not. I don't know if it's the
Sorry.
best performance, but it's certainly the most accurate,
most accurate,
performance.
yeah.
It's the most page to screen accurate.
And you were like, and
performance, I think.
who could ever replace him and whatever?
Because as that scene begins,
Mm.
we see sort of like a breaking news thing, and I'm like, is this going to be Jonah Jameson?
Yeah.
Bring back J.J. Who's going to be? Is it going to be Mark Maron?
it's going to be Ice Cube.
It's going to be Ice Cube, exactly. Who is going to take the mantle of J. Jonah Jameson? And
It's
I'm
going
like,
to
well,
be Vanilla Ice.
yeah,
He's got the hair.
exactly. Is it going to be Ice T?
T-Pain.
T-pain, yeah, back pain.
He's got
Just the concept of back pain.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
need a Nurofen.
Yeah, but I'm like, well, I would have liked it to be Maron, but at the same time, I'm like, not everybody knows or cares who Mark Maron is.
But I don't think that's relevant.
No, I guess that's probably
Yeah.
true. I would have taken Eddie Pepitone. Would have been great.
Oh,
I don't know if
yeah.
you know who Eddie Pepitone
Okay,
is.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
that would have been all right. Yeah.
But instead we got J.K. Simmons back as Jameson as a sort of a Breitbart.
Yeah,
Or like InfoWars, Alex Jones,
Yeah.
insane conspiracy theorist.
side of a building.
Yeah, and just kind of just casually revealing Spider-Man's secret identity.
Also, the greatest hero of the known, like he's like Mysterio is the greatest villain of all time or whatever.
Greatest hero of all time.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it would be Captain America or Iron Man who,
Yeah.
or the Hulk who brought everybody back. Like there are other
Yeah,
options.
right?
Like that
Come
one
on,
really
Yeah.
fake news. I say is what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I was disappointed he didn't have his haircut.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing though. But that's the thing, like, because it's comic books.
Yeah.
This could literally be anything. I mean, this could be an illusion solely for Spider-Man.
Exactly,
Like maybe
yeah.
no one on Earth is seeing
Yeah.
it other than him.
Yeah, that's right.
That's step one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a billion ways out of this.
Yes.
I'm curious as to. I'd be very curious as to know whether is it John Watts as the director?
Yes.
Has he done this with full knowledge of where they're going to go with Spider-Man in the next couple of years? Or has he just gone, let's throw this out and see what the next director does with this?
I think he's coming back. I think he said we just want to make the thing was like we want to make the best movie ever, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But they must have a plan.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think what I was saying before, my problem with something like this happening is you strip Peter Parker of a lot of things which make him interesting.
Yeah.
And that being, he's hard up for a buck and it's his secret identity he's trying to keep from everybody. But if he's just Iron Man, Spider-Man is just Iron Man, that's not super compelling. I
No,
feel.
that's true. And I think, this...
And he's got to go to school and he's got to work for the Daily Bugle? Well, no.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And like the MCU kind of, for the most part, has kind of put secret identities to the wayside. Most people are aware of who Bruce Banner is and Captain America and Iron Man and all these characters. I would prefer to have more heroes who are working under the radar.
Yeah. Or
and
some.
with secret
'Cause
identities.
Black Widow, everybody, she went in front of the UN, was like, I'm a spy, and everybody's a spy also.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're right. If again, everybody knows his identity. But I mean, that's happened in the comic books, as we know.
It has, but it got reversed by a demon or whatever. But yeah. So there are ways to.
I mean, you could, and again, this could be a reveal that takes the entire next movie to reverse,
Yeah.
or it could be reversed in 2 minutes.
It's the
in
opening
next
villain
one.
of the next.
Yeah, right.
It's Mysterio's men
I mean,
again.
at the end of Spider-Man: Homecoming, Spider-Man's identity is revealed to Aunt May.
Yeah.
And by the start of the next one, she's like, "Well, let's just kind of roll with
They're a
it."
team.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the next one could be, and this is maybe one I would like to see. The next one could be a team up with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, right.
And at the end, he's just like, Or maybe at the start he's just
Yeah.
like, nah, nobody knows your identity anymore because I'm magic. You remember the magic going
I
down?
trapped Jonah Jameson in a mirror dimension
Yeah,
also.
yes.
And the actor J.K. Simmons just in case.
Yeah, he's just Have you seen that? He's in a TV series where he lives in a mirror dimension. Did you know that?
J.K. Simmons?
Yeah.
No?
It's a TV series, and he's
Currently?
I'll look it up. It's a series where he's it's like a counter Earth. There's
Yeah.
a parallel dimension, and there's another version of him. It's like a secret identity show.
Secret Identity Show.
Well, that's like an action. I don't know what it
Okay.
is. Yeah,
Are you disappointed that he didn't have his hair? Because I'm a little disappointed.
I'm a little bit disappointed. Yeah.
What I suspect happened, I think I spoke to you about this, is that they wheeled him in a suitcase and they filmed that with 2 people. And they're just
Yeah.
like, whatever you look like now, we're just going to do it like this because we're not going to put you in makeup and all that kind
Yeah.
of thing because this will leak.
Because 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I reckon. Yeah,
People cheered when they saw him by
people. I didn't
theatre.
get cheers, but people gasped definitely. Yeah, I reckon they probably had a mustache.
Yep.
And the
Brockmere?
no
Counterpart. It must be that.
counterpart. It's counterpart. Yeah. Yeah. I think they were just like, whatever you got going on now,
Yeah.
that's fine. We just want to put you in this. What else? I mean, they could. It's easily fixable. Again,
100% Rotten Tomatoes. I gotta check this out. Yeah.
based on the second post-credit sequence.
Yes.
I mean, there's the second post-credit sequence provides an easy fix to the first one if need be.
Which is?
Well, that we have the reveal, and that actually asks a lot more questions because the second reveal, of course, is that the Nick Fury and Maria Hill we see in this movie are the husband and wife Skrull team from
Yeah.
Captain Marvel.
But when did that switch happen?
When did the switch happen?
Yeah.
Did it happen immediately after
I mean-
Captain Marvel, or did it happen last week?
And
we
the
don't
other,
know.
like, was that the Nick Fury at the Tony Stark's funeral? Was it?
Yeah.
Was it the real Nick Fury?
Exactly.
How much was? It might have even been the real Nick Fury that was snapped. That could have been Talos. But then again, he had the beeper, so it was probably him. Unless that was.
Unless he handed him Nick Fury handed him the beeper before he left.
I did a video on the post credits, and my question is there a Maria Hill?
Oh, does she
Does
exist
she
at
even
all?
exist?
Because we
know there's 2 Nick Furies.
Yep.
3 if you count holograms.
Yep.
But we only know of one Maria Hill.
Hill, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm not saying she doesn't exist. I'm just saying it's very
Yeah.
possible.
Because in the comic book, she does exist.
Yes.
But what are the rules for this?
Exactly.
So, and again, we've never seen pre-Avengers Maria Hill, right?
No?
Yeah.
I'm going to say?
Right.
I'll quickly look that up. But I don't believe so.
Yeah. So that's interesting. And we don't see her on because my assumption is when in that sequence we see Talos call Nick Fury and then he's on the beach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it'll be Nick Fury and Maria Hill. They're both on the beach,
Yeah.
obviously. But then we cut to he's in a hologram on a spaceship.
Yes.
And there's no Maria Hill, which doesn't say Maria Hill isn't also on the ship. She might be doing something else.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. I don't think... there was never a point where I'm like, Nick Fury's actually on vacation. That guy does not go on vacation. So,
Really?
Do you reckon he's setting up Sword?
Maybe the space version
Yeah.
of S.H.I.E.L.D., maybe. Yeah, maybe.
What else?
Like
Is he in space or is he in orbit? Like, he's going somewhere,
He's
I
in
assume,
space,
right?
I reckon.
Yeah.
Because if he was just in orbit, I don't think he'd need to be on vacation.
No,
You know
he
what?
wouldn't be.
He's been on a long trip.
Yeah.
So whether that's since the end of Endgame or the end of Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Maybe he's been in space for more than 20 years. We don't know.
We don't. We really... Yeah. I'm assuming it probably happened after he came back from the snap.
Yeah.
There must have been... He must have been... Because...
But that's how they bloody get us,
That's
isn't
how they
it?
get us.
How intriguing is
Yeah.
this? It's like 2 minutes. How intriguing is this that we're bloody
Not even.
losing our minds?
Yeah, but like, it also... And it answers questions in the movie for me because I'm like, why wouldn't Nick Fury cotton on to any of this? Like the real Nick Fury when he's like, I don't know anything anymore. And I'm like, yeah, I guess he wouldn't. But then there's moments where I'm like, you would know this. You should know this.
Yeah,
like,
right,
you should be on top of this. And there's a bit where he realizes the drone's in front of him or whatever. And she shoots it with the rocket launcher
Yeah.
and things like that. But
I would like to go through this. I'd like to have a rewatch of this and just see how obvious the clues are now that I know who they are really. Would I be like, of course. Because you see them have conversations when there's nobody else around.
Yeah.
Are they husband and wife conversations or are they Nick and Maria Hill
there's
conversations?
one point they talk about a Kree insurgents.
Oh, yes.
A Kree sleeper cell or something.
Oh, yeah, right.
So that could be just related to
Yeah.
their jobs and lives.
Exactly, yeah.
But
and then one point they're like, what about our Skrull daughter.
Yeah, that's
What should we
right.
do about her, Maria Hill?
Who cares?
Yeah.
She can be a Nick Fury too.
Yeah.
And have a bunch of Nick Furies.
But again, that's what those two are an easy fix for the first thing because they could just have Peter Parker. They could just become Peter Parker at school,
Yes.
and then Spider-Man shows up, and we go, well, obviously they're two different people,
Yeah,
and
that's
you
not-
fixed it in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on what the plot of the next Spider-Man
Yes.
/ Avengers movie is. Do they want that to be a big plot device, or do they just want us to be really intrigued as to
Yeah.
what's going to happen in the next one?
And it maybe from there, then that's his explanation for being for Spider-Man's photographer. Because it's like, yeah, we met when people thought I was him, and
Yeah,
we got to
cool.
know each
Yeah,
other.
for
and
sure.
whatever.
Okay, that works. Yeah.
Mm. So that's what I'm talking about. Like back heavy in terms of the most interesting stuff in this movie.
Yeah, right.
Interesting. That's what I was looking for. Happens.
Uh-huh.
I just couldn't think of the word interesting. mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially at the end, it's like, wait, what? And that because it's not just this movie; it affects everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sort of fascinated by the Maria Hill thing.
Mm.
Exactly. Because we don't know, we've never seen we don't know anything about her private life.
Nope.
Or has she been in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. maybe?
Yeah,
I
she's
don't-
been turned up in that.
Oh,
yeah.
right. Okay. She was like, I'm a Skrull. I've never been real. But nobody watched it, so.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, we don't know anything about Nick Fury's private life, but at least we've seen him in
Shorts.
Captain Marvel and shorts. Yeah. Skinnier legs than I was
Weird,
expecting.
right?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I thought.
He could be looking for Galactus. Or
Yeah,
it could be,
that's true.
This could be a setup for the Ultimates. Could be a setup for
There's-
almost
there looks
any number of things.
I got the bloody Easter egg video, Mason, but it looks like
Oh.
there might be a Fantastic Four hidden in it. Also, the Stark Tower now has like a garden in the middle of it, and it's clearly been refurbished and resold.
Oh, yes.
Because in the trailers they changed this. It looks like it's being rebuilt,
Yeah.
but in this it's built.
Do you think it was purchased by Jim's Mowing?
Could be.
Is that why there's a garden in there?
Isn't that guy like
Yeah.
a
Do you think-
multi-billionaire?
Do you think it was purchased by Chris and Murray's Plant World?
Maybe.
hello.com.au?
Do you think it's purchased by that guy who paints roofs? That picture that you put of us on Instagram.
Maybe it's that. Maybe that guy bought it. He
That's a-
painted the roof, and
That's
they
a
were like,
real site in case people want to check that out on your Instagram. It's very funny. But yeah, I also wonder if Nick Fury had used Talos over the 20 years multiple times.
yeah, right.
In all of these movies, when is it not him?
Yeah, and that's also a question that the various, creators and directors and creative direction makers
Yeah.
are gonna have to keep answering now.
Yes.
From now until the next movie, they're gonna be like, okay, we've got a list of movies with Nick Fury and Maria Hill in them. In which ones are they Skrulls and which ones? And they're gonna have to be like, yes, no, yes, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you repeat
And the question. You're not the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. now. You're not the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. now. Yeah, and I think they are going to have to maybe answer those questions,
Yeah.
or even retcon a whole bunch of stuff
Yeah.
and go, okay, well, which ones could we make him
Well,
a Skrull in?
I put this in the video, but there's he doesn't he wants to cut his toast diagonally.
Oh, yes, that's
in
right.
Age of Ultron, he cuts it, he can't eat it. He cuts a sandwich diagonally, then
Right,
eats it.
uh-huh.
But it's not toast. So it's like,
Yeah.
that to me is like,
That's the level of nitpicking that the directors,
Exactly.
the Russo brothers are going to have to answer for the next 6 months to 10 years.
when I'm making that video, I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
I think it's all bloody good fun.
Yeah, no, it is.
You know what I think? I think even like a few months ago, if you'd been like, well, what about because it's not toasted and he has cut it diagonally, I'd be like, stop talk, I don't care anymore. There's been too many Easter eggs, I don't care. But I think I feel refreshed now.
Yeah.
After a little break and Spider-Man, I'm like, I can talk about this forever now.
Because I think the difference between this and a lot of franchises that fall down is they go big and then they go, how can we top it?
Forever.
And
yeah.
in some ways, this is open. I mean, it's not topped, but it's opened up a whole bunch of stuff for other movies as well in the franchise. Because I not only do I want to see the next Spider-Man movie, I want to see the next Captain Marvel movie. I want to see the next Avengers movie. I want to know, all these different things. I want to kind of know what's happening in this
Yeah.
universe now. Yeah.
So in many ways, you thought Spider-Man Far From Home was okay, but you thought the post-credit sequences
We're amazing.
were amazing.
Yes. No, I didn't think it was. I think it was good.
Yeah.
But I think it's The Mysterio turn is when it got much better for me.
Yeah, for sure. Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yeah.
I enjoyed his insanity.
Yeah.
Mm.
And his turtleneck.
Yeah.
He had a little
He
turtleneck
did have
at
a
the,
little-
at the,
like a-
at the
like a
bath
director.
presentation.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa, his turtleneck, He's got that smouldering look. And he's
He
like,
certainly
"Oh,
did. Yeah.
How am I going to afford all these turtlenecks? Tony Stark fires me.
That's it. So yeah. Anyway, I'll probably have a video on something related to this week.
Oh, yeah, cool.
The future of the series or
Yeah.
whatever. Mary Jane works out. Oh, not Mary Jane. Her name's Michelle Jones. Works out that he's Spider-Man. Because of
Do you
course
think
she
that
did.
at any point they are going to retcon her to be Mary Jane, or do you think they're gonna?
I don't think they
They're
need
going to
to.
arrange some sort of situation. No, I don't think they.
I don't think they need to.
I mean, they could. She could do, because the traditionally Mary Jane's a model or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess they could be like,
But she
pick a performing name, Mary Jane. All
yeah,
right, cool.
that's right, exactly.
Mhm.
Let's do the next thing. Oh, I got some reviews here from Whit Evans says, I appreciate that even in death, Tony Stark is still able to create his own villains. And villains for others, it would seem.
Yeah, stop doing that, Tony. Surely
Please.
you've run out by now.
Oh, Zombie Iron Man was good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Also,
I wonder how much of that is illusion and how much of that is
Tony Stark's corpse.
Tony Stark's corpse also. But is there an element of Spider-Man's or Peter Parker's mind that fills in the blanks?
I don't think
Because there is a
so.
scene where you see, like,
Oh, you see the
him
spiders?
you see the spiders, but you also see him in his like tracksuit outfit, with the hoodie and the whatever.
I think he just would have known.
So, like TV footage.
Mm.
I guess because there's stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
And also because those guys have access to all of Tony Stark's intel.
that is true. Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, also could imagine the shock and confusion watching the second post-credit scene if you haven't seen Captain Marvel. Yeah, that would have been very bizarre.
What ultimately was Mysterio's plan here? He wanted to be the greatest superhero in the world.
Yeah. Did we talk about this? Did you
Not
say
really.
it was like it's an odd, like to what end? It's the syndrome. I'll be great, but for what?
Is it? But well, that's the thing, mate.
Does he want control?
I might have to rewatch it again because I was never 100% clear. Like, did he? Because he did. There was a lot of pontificating. There was a lot of speeches about what they were gonna do once he had become the greatest hero in the world. He wanted to have a spectacular end of the world situation that he could solve, and then he'd be the greatest hero.
Yeah.
Then to make money, or
It's just London.
or yeah, that's true. Or was it a case of no? Because he did mention, I think nobody listens to you anymore unless you have
A cape.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you can shoot lasers out of your hands or whatever.
Yeah.
But then what was his? Well, then what was his?
People would listen to him.
I guess so.
He could do bookstore tours.
I guess that's
He
true.
goes down to the
But
front
also, I
in his
guess
turtleneck.
I guess that does fall apart to a certain extent. What happens if he has to team up with literally any of the other heroes?
I guess he just
What happens
wouldn't.
then? I guess he just wouldn't. Yeah. I guess he'd just go back to his home dimension.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, so the multiverse is real, but he doesn't know anything about it.
What did I bloody say? I said that.
Yeah.
I said that.
I don't think I'm not. Yeah. What do you want, an apology?
Yeah.
On something I agree with you on?
Yeah.
And always have agreed with you
Yes.
on? Then I'm sorry, Mason.
Thank you.
Derek the Scientist said, just got out of Spider-Man. First half dragged. Probably could have spread up a tab, but overall best movie ever. Hopefully they keep this version bright and breezy for the most part. David McDonald says, Spider-Man Far From Home was super great. Love the character building and action scenes. Best movie ever. Also happy that Marvel has the absolute balls for spoiler casting. You know what I'm talking about. And Nick Flanders Farmer says, Spider-Man's a lot of fun, manages to reinvigorate the post-Endgame MCU. Endgame left me pretty exhausted, but Spider-Man brought me back in. My only gripe is a weird editing and some dodgy CGI. Hall H is coming up in a few weeks.
Oh yeah,
Marvel are doing a big panel, so I think we're going to get a lot of reveals. Maybe a Fantastic Four movie. Oh yeah, I was going to say there's a Fantastic Four tease where they say something is coming and then it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, ...
When is this?
to the very end. It's like a construction sign. So I think they're doing Fantastic
Oh,
Four.
maybe. Well, that's pretty cool.
Mm.
What did you think? There's a side note. What did you think of the Happy Hogan May romance situation?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that was fun too.
They're a
I was
fun,
like,
they're a fun team.
Yeah, yeah,
They're probably
yeah.
friends in real life.
Yeah, yeah, probably absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
Anything else?
Not really. What do you think of the black? What do you think of the red and black
I
Spider-Man?
like
set?
it.
Would you rather go back to red and blue?
No, I mean, I think I'm okay for like a different look every
Okay,
movie.
all
Yeah,
right.
but I quite like this
All right,
one.
okay.
You're not a fan?
What about purple and white?
Purple and white always feels right.
What about green and gold, Australia's own colours?
Green and gold can be considered very bold.
Very good.
Or mold.
Okay.
Mm.
Good.
Got another one for me?
No, you've answered all my questions in rhyme form, and I respect it. So that's it.
What are we reading?
What are we gonna read?
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? The Walking Dead's finished. They just went, it's over.
It
Shut up.
ended at issue 193.
193, yeah.
Don't go to 200. Why would you?
I think he also did it because of the way that they've put the compendiums.
Oh, I see. That's a
Apparently
full
it-
compendium.
Apparently it works out.
Okay,
well,
right.
I'm not
Okay.
sure how
Cool.
exactly.
And have you read them all?
I've read them all.
How do you feel as an ending? How did it
I
go?
thought it was a bit like leading up to this. I'm like, I'm not really that interested in this anymore.
Okay.
And then, okay, I'm going to do a slight spoiler for the ending.
Okay.
If you haven't read it, but it does a time jump. So
Yep.
it jumps forward about 10, maybe 15 years.
Okay.
So Carl is grown up. and-
Carl is the main character's son?
Yes. It's like the ending of Red Dead, where you jump forward in the future or whatever.
Oh.
But apparently he was going to end it like
It's
100.
like the ending of Dracula Untold. Goes forward to the modern day.
I can't wait for those further adventures of Dracula Untold.
Me too.
Yeah, but this is a spoiler for the ending that he wasn't going to do.
Uh-huh.
But there's a moment where, like 100 issues prior, where Rick does a speech and he's like, and we're going to rebuild society and this is where we make our stand and we're going to bring it all back. And the next panel is it's like him doing that pose, but it's a statue of him and then it pulls back.
Yep.
Because they're like, they've
That
done
sounds
it.
like a Simpsons episode.
Yeah, that's right. And it pulls back. And the statue's a bit overgrown, and it pulls back again, and there's a zombie, and it pulls back again, the whole town is overrun. So basically, they got it back, but then they lost it again. And that was the original ending. It was really dark.
Uh-huh.
But I won't spoil the actual ending for the new one. But maybe it was also really dark. Who's to say?
Yeah.
But all in all, it's an excellent run. And now that it's finished, you could
I can
got
get all
to-
the compendiums.
Exactly. It's got the perfect amount of compendiums.
Mhm.
So I definitely recommend it. I've been reading that comic for years, and it's yeah. But
Well, Robert Kirkman's good. And he's a
very
good, great
good.
writer. Yeah.
Invincible's great. That ended really well as well. So yeah, if only the show would.
Hey, quick side note. We're recording.
We're
right?
recording. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just
I,
checking.
we lost about a minute of
We didn't
camera.
yeah, it's fine. We're fine.
Probably
yeah.
barely.
Uh-huh.
Spider-Man 3 this week, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Mm.
Then we can never talk about Spider-Man again, right?
No, we're going to talk about the Amazing Spider-Mans because I got to again. We did a commentary on the first one. It turns out.
Yeah.
Don't remember anything
We'll have
about
to
it.
watch that one again.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So I'm slowly working my way through Preacher and Jessica Jones, which I've mentioned in
The
previous
comics.
weeks.
Wow, he's
No,
doing some
the
reading.
movies. I'll never read
the
anything.
movies. Oh,
TV shows is what I
You're reading a lot and moving. You're doing a lot of things.
I'm doing so many things. So I'm getting through those. I just want to get Jessica Jones out of the way, I think.
Isn't it good?
It's all the characters that I know and love that are okay.
Isn't it good though this season? I've heard it's really good.
So far, it's fine. Wow. Yeah. I feel like the characters never learn. Jessica Jones especially, and I know that her stock in
I work
trade
alone.
is never learning.
I work
but
alone. I broke my door.
It gets a
I
little bit
work
frustrating.
alone.
It gets a little bit
I've
frustrating.
broken my door. Malcolm,
Yeah.
I work alone.
Yeah.
Here's your paycheck. But I work alone. I'm a drunk and I work
Work
alone.
alone. Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
not great.
No, I'm not saying it's not great. But again, there's so many episodes.
Does Patsy Walker get a? I know she has the
There's a montage.
montage, but does she actually have powers?
Not thus. I mean, she's
Because I'm never gonna watch it.
I mean, she's sort of, she's strongish and agile-ish,
Like a cat.
Yeah, like a cat, exactly. Yeah.
Cats are
And there's the montage, obviously, where she
Yeah,
puts on the
thing, yeah.
comic book accurate costume and goes, absolutely not. It's one of those.
It's as good as they do it in Netflix.
Just, oh
isn't
my
it?
God, just commit to it. Just for once, Netflix. Just give her the suit and be like, yeah, I like this actually. This makes me look like a superhero, like from the universe we're in, where there's superheroes,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm enjoying Preacher as well.
Yeah.
That's good. I got 3 seasons or whatever to go through that.
Yeah, we'll settle
also,
in.
the only new thing is that I watched the new Shaft 2019 Shaft.
Oh, I saw you watch that.
Which is in
on Netflix
in Australia
somehow.
went directly to Netflix. In America, apparently got a cinema release. It's actually pretty good.
I've heard nothing but bad things.
Really?
Isn't it all jokes all the time? And people are like, this isn't Shaft, not even the 2000 one where he beat up Christian
It's
Bale.
better than the 2000 Shaft. It's way better.
You
than
should
that.
watch the 2000 Shaft again.
I've
It's
seen
got a really
it.
good cast.
I don't. Yeah, but it's bad.
You're bad at making good comments about 2000 Shaft.
Yep, that's true. You're not wrong.
What do you think of that?
It's good. Yep, I think it's fun. This movie.
Is Samuel L. Jackson the son of original Shaft?
Now he is. He wasn't before, but they've retconned it.
Did they address that at all?
They do.
What do they say? You told me I was your uncle.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much.
There we go.
So I think they were just like, we want just a standard familial
He's 6
line.
years older than him in real life.
Here we go.
What do you think of that?
Shaft starts early.
He
That's all I'm
certainly
saying.
does.
The original Shaft starts early. Yeah, they basically go, okay, well, yeah, they retcon from the 2000 Shaft where it was his nephew and just go, yeah, stop you stop lying and saying I was your uncle.
Is there a lot of like, you can't say anything, you can't say that anymore,
There's a little,
old Shaft?
there's
Old Shaft, you can't say that anymore. Everyone's on Twitter.
well,
you get cancelled.
oldest Shaft doesn't get much of a he doesn't get much of a look in. He's in it a little bit.
Slightly oldest Shaft.
Slightly older Shaft. Yeah, there's a little bit. I mean, the main back and forth is between Samuel L. Jackson Shaft and New Shaft, who are like, and New Shaft's like, what are you doing with your Twitters and your whatevers? Like, there's a bit of old man yelling at Cloud.
Yeah.
In it. But I think I found it was quite fun. Again, it's free on Netflix.
Yes.
It's not.
Do you think if you had
the world,
if you had have gone into the city to see it or whatever, do you think you would have been up?
I think I still would have had fun with it.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Isn't there a bit where they all get matching outfits?
That's right at the end.
Great.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well,
But
yeah.
they don't go and get magic outfits.
What do you mean they do? Where do they get them
They
then?
must have had. I don't
That's
know.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I guess they must have gone
Let's
to a store.
go and get matching outfits.
But see, that's the thing. I think that's probably the worst look. That's the worst thing about this
It
movie.
looks terrible.
And that's what they put in the trailer. Don't do
Is that the original Shaft outfit or from one of the
No.
movies?
No.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about the movie is I spent most of it going, something's not quite right about this. And then I realized it's because Samuel L. Jackson has two eyes in it. And I'd spent so many years looking at him with an eye patch. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? Oh, yeah, two eyes. Yeah.
Incredible.
I think they deliberate because like the traditional Shaft outfit, it's all black leather and
Yeah.
black and turtlenex and whatever, which is very much the Nick Fury outfit. And
Sure,
I think they deliberately went, let's get him out of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
There's a great scene where he beats up like a street thug kid in the first one
Oh yes.
when he's like... and he's-
2000 Shaft.
2000 Shaft. You should watch it. I think you should watch it. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Watch it, Mason.
What are you doing with it? What is this?
It's all
who's
right.
Who's this new character guy who likes
2000
2000 Shaft too much and recommends it to all his friends?
I'm not saying it's the
When was
greatest
the last
movie.
time you saw it?
I don't know, a couple of years ago, I reckon.
I have
Quarter
seen
time.
it. I'm not.
You haven't seen it.
I have seen it.
Christian Bale's in it.
I know, playing the same character from American Psycho.
Jeffrey, whatever his name's in it. The guy
Jeffrey
from,
Tambor.
No, the guy from Westworld. Jeffrey Wright.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
It's a good cast.
Yeah, I
Christian
know.
Bale's in it.
I know.
Christian Bale's in it.
I'm aware.
American Psycho.
Maybe you should watch Shaft 2019.
I will.
Good.
I saw it and I went good because I did want to see it because I
Okay.
like Shaft 2000.
Okay, we should coordinate this more because usually most weeks it's one of us going, "Hey, you should watch this," and then the next week it's the other person going.
But this week it's us telling each other to watch different Shaft
Yeah,
movies,
yeah.
but the modern interpretations.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah. Anyway, watch New Shaft.
I will.
Okay.
You should watch Stranger Things season 3. We'll probably talk about it next week. I
Okay.
guess.
Cool. Yeah. Let's do it.
I'm probably a couple in. It's good.
Okay.
It takes. I heard that it was kind of slow and then it's really good, and I think I'm at to the point where it's getting really interesting.
okay.
So.
But why slow? What's going on there?
Because they're like, we're all friends and we're becoming teenagers. We're
Wasn't
becoming
that the last
teenagers.
one?
We're growing
that all
up.
of them?
We're growing up.
So you're not burnt out
We're-
on Stranger
We're
Things.
kissing each other. I liked season 2.
Mhm.
But this one I think I like more as of so far.
Okay.
But again, next week.
All right. So this isn't. Is this a series that's kind of resting on its laurels?
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good to know. So you've seen the whole thing.
No, I said I've seen like 3.
Okay, that's
You
good. That's a good
dumbass.
amount. I wasn't listening. I
I know, you were thinking about Shaft 2000.
was thinking about Shaft.
Thinking
2000.
whether you were wrong,
Maybe
and you
I should.
are.
Maybe I am wrong. Maybe we should watch Shaft.
I
2000.
think you should. Joel Singleton directed it.
I don't believe.
First Fast and
I don't believe
Furious.
anything you say now. 'cause
Boys
you're
in the
like-
Hood.
Yeah, I remember.
Other movies, definitely.
Yeah.
Should we do letters?
Let's do letters.
I will.
Can't believe you like Shaft 2000.
I can't believe you would think that I
The
wouldn't.
classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away. Hang on, they're here right now. We're gonna do letters.
I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you actually like that Shaft
Yes,
movie?
I do.
I'm going to ask you off air and figure out if you're doing a bit. I'm still not going to believe you.
People should write in whether they like Shaft 2000. I'm not saying it's amazing. That's
Yep.
not what I'm saying. It's a product of its time,
Uh-huh.
etc. and so forth.
Okay.
But I think it's better than you think it is.
Okay.
Or it's as good as you think it is because everyone's opinion is different.
That's true.
If you want to reach the show, if you want to tell us about Shaft 2000,
Please do.
hashtag Weekly Planet
Do you
Pod.
think Shaft 2000 is good? Yes or no? Get at us on Twitter. I'm at Wikipedia Brown. James is Mr. Sunday Movies.
Please let us know. Also, you can shoot us an email for the week over at weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com. We pick out a few and we go for a bloody ride. We go for a spin, don't we,
Go for
Mason?
a spin.
Do you want to go first or would you like me to go
This
first?
is an email from Demian Holst.
Oh.
It says the great portrayal of the Netherlands in Spider-Man Far From Home.
Wow.
As a Dutch boy, I'm very happy with the way my country is portrayed in a movie.
Dutch boy, that old girl in the sky.
The town he's in.
Geostorm reference.
Thank you. The town he's in, which I'm not going to attempt to pronounce because nobody can do it in the movie either, actually exists. 5,000 people live there, and those are the probably the only people who know it exists. The soccer hooligans are actual Dutch actors. The bald
That
one
was
is
good.
actually very well known.
I like that.
Which
those
means
guys.
they speak actual Dutch. There we go.
Yeah, they didn't feel like fake people doing an accent.
Uh-huh.
That felt real, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's nice when you see some representation that, like, of a local area where people make the effort. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's true.
Right.
But I think we're all Australians, especially, are very blinded by that. Like if we watch an incredibly terrible anything, and people just are in Australia, we're
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Thank you.
we feel seen.
No, I don't
you know?
care. I don't care. I like it more when they fuck it up. And I enjoy
Uh-huh.
it much more.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the cast of Young Sheldon came down for the Logies last week?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
good.
best moment of my life.
Why did they do it? Why did they pedal out?
I don't know. I
American
just don't know.
celebrities.
For anybody who doesn't know, Australia has a version of the Emmys
Yep.
called the Logies.
The TV Week Logie
The
Awards.
TV Week Logie Awards have been going for 50 years or something.
And they got ruined at the end this year.
Right,
Very funny.
and they're very cringy. They're,
Hey man, look, I'm all for, like, you know, people should be acknowledged for the work that they do. You know what I mean?
sure,
And
yeah.
good on them.
But the Academy doesn't vote. People clip out coupons from magazines and
Yes.
vote.
Or now it's voting. Now it's things online or whatever.
Well, we'll never know.
We don't know. Anyway, if there's ever a podcast award, we're going to ask you to
To vote for us.
Everyone's got to rally.
Everybody's got to clip those coupons. We'd really appreciate it.
Some Jeremy M says, #WeeklyPlanetPod. Do you ever think we'll see the return of practical costumes in superhero movies, similarly to unused Green Goblin animatronic mask for the Sam Raimi movie? We get a bit. The Superman costume, for the most part, is
Yep.
not, and Batman and whatever, and then
Uh-huh.
they might CGI a cape. I think we're leaning towards more a blend.
I think it's absolutely a blend.
Yeah.
Like I think more like if we're talking Green Goblin, like more like an Iron Man situation. We'll
Yeah.
see like these days with Iron Man, it's mostly top half.
Yep.
Right. You get the shoulders.
It's a man who's not Robert Downey Jr.
Yes,
in
it
the
is.
top half of an Iron Man
Yeah,
suit.
exactly. Yeah, that's mostly what we get. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, even if you think of something basic like, you know, the Iron Man helmet comes down and the faceplate drops and the
Yeah.
eyes light up. Are they going to ever do that practically ever again? I wonder.
No, I'd
I don't
imagine
think they
not,
will.
yeah.
No.
Maybe it'll get to a point where they're like, well, this is more interesting.
Yeah, but it's always going to look foamy and rubbery when that happens. I
Yes. I mean, if they do it, they'd probably just CGI over the top anyway. Because in the first
Yeah,
Iron Man
yeah.
movie, that suit is practical for a lot of it.
Yeah,
and then
right.
they, for lighting reference, and then they redid it all. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
But now they're just like, we got it. Well, no worries.
Yeah, right.
We can just do it. We have a plug-in. It's
Yeah,
fine now.
exactly. Yeah, I wonder.
I think it depends on the, like, if you're doing a Catwoman, you don't need a CGI suit for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It depends on, if you're doing a Sandman, you just got a man in slacks and a tucked-in tee. You know,
Exactly.
there's
And then
no-
you dump a pile of sand on
You
it.
dump a pile of sand in his pants.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Why didn't they call him Sand Pants Mans?
That's a
good
really good
question,
question,
isn't it?
James. This is absolutely
People
really
write
makes
in.
you think. Yeah.
Why didn't they call it Sand Pants Mans?
Sand Pants Man. Yeah.
Mans.
Mats. Yeah.
So yeah, probably a blend, right? I
think
guess.
a blend,
And there's
yeah.
some things you can't really do practical, can you? I'm trying to think of an example. You know,
Sandman pants.
Yes.
Pants man. Yeah, obviously.
some versions of the Green Lantern, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that all?
I think that is all, yes.
You can't do Hulk practical, but it's not really a costume, is it?
No, that's true.
Yeah, very good.
I mean, I guess there is also a limit to just giving actors like a green screen onesie
Yeah.
and saying act.
Do it.
You know, you need to give them some kind of
But
reference.
now they don't
to-
even really need to, because you know the white suits in Endgame,
Yeah.
they're not real.
Right.
They didn't make them.
Uh-huh.
That entire movie, they're CGI.
Huh, what are they
Yeah.
wearing? The mysterious...
I think just regular costumes, and they went over the top because they hadn't designed them because they filmed it so early.
That's true, I guess. Yeah, right.
But then again, like
But at least then they're in...
clothing.
Well, exactly. They're in at least Chris Evans is in the Captain
Yeah,
America
he
suit.
knows what he's doing.
And he can, he can put himself in the mindset. But if you just give him the ping pong ball suit,
Yeah.
everybody gets the ping pong ball suit.
Yeah, it's Avatar.
Exactly? You're going to lose your mind in that room.
You would absolutely
surely,
would, yeah.
right?
But then, like, I was just reminded then, Captain America's suit's practical, Black
Yeah.
Widow's practical, Doctor Strange is practical, except for the cape and parts,
Yeah,
So, it's not like it's gone completely.
that's true.
Jamie Smith says, #WeeklyPlanetPod. This is more for you because I don't think I have. Have you guys ever read a superhero story in novel form? There's a web novel called Worm, which is amazing, though it is long as shit.
Oh, I've read a few. And again, the obvious downfall is superheroes almost an entirely visual medium.
Sure.
And then they're just being described.
Yeah.
I read one called Soon I Will Be Invincible, I think, which is a sort of a dual narrative between a superhero and a supervillain.
Okay.
And it's like alternating chapters. That one's pretty good. There's one called The Superlative Man, which is
I've heard of
basically
that. What is that?
I think I've even mentioned on the podcast before. But it's about it's more of like it's a mystery novel about a regular guy who lives in a world where there are some superheroes, and it's kind of more like living up to, you know, it's all themes. Like I think this kind of stuff works better in a universe where it's not about the superhero, it's more about, you know, what's a human being, what's a human being's
instead of
life?
being like, and he flew so far that he punched him right.
Yeah,
near,
it's
and-
more about like,
and the building fell
yeah, it's more
over.
about like seeing the aftermath of that sort of stuff
Yeah.
and being like, what's even my life here if
Yeah.
people can punch over a building or whatever?
Why be I do anything?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is man's pants.
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly. Look, I'm happy to give one a go every once in a while if
Yeah.
I hear about one. I think it's an interesting shot at this sort of stuff. But again,
I listened to a Batman audiobook, which was quite good. I can't remember the name of it, but I did.
there you go.
Yeah.
And of course, there's, you know, Wolverine, The Lost Trail.
Of course, maybe something this week.
Yeah.
But that's not an audiobook. That is a podcast drama.
That's true. Yeah,
There's an ad for that later this week.
yeah that's where we're going
They,
with
they
that.
want an exclusive ad separate from the podcast, so they'll bloody get it.
Yeah, mhm.
And then some.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's an interesting idea.
Mm.
And there's got to be some. I would like to hear about some more examples
Yeah.
if people have them.
And also different, obviously because different mediums have different
Yeah.
strengths, you know?
Uh-huh.
So there's things you can do in a novel which you
Yeah.
can't do on, say, a rich tapestry.
Exactly,
I mean, you
yeah.
can weave a rich
Yeah.
tapestry, like visually,
Yes.
but you can metaphorically do one in a story.
That is so true.
Thank you.
And deep. Like a deep tapestry, you know?
Deep, rich colors?
Yes.
Or like a tapestry deep, like it's really thick.
Both of those things.
Wow.
Yeah. This
Tapestry's
metaphor
a-
this metaphor's deep like a tapestry. Yeah.
That's underwater.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
that's right.
So many layers of deep. Did you ever read Powers? We've talked about Powers, I think.
I was put off Powers by your description of,
of
the
the
TV, show
series,
Powers,
yeah. But I
so,
think that
yeah.
you know that did not work as a TV series. But I think that would work because Powers is about sort of regular people, you know, working murder cases in a world where there are superheroes. I think
Yes.
that would work way better. Like it worked. I think the comic book was great, but I think it would also work as a novel because again, it's more about real people
Mm.
surrounded by insanity at
Okay.
times. Yeah,
Fair enough.
Yes.
Is that the show, Mason?
I think that's the whole show. Thank you, everybody,
Wow.
so much for listening.
Yeah.
Thank you for subscribing and leaving us a nice review
Yeah.
on the iTunes. Can you leave reviews on Spotify, I wonder?
I have no idea, but
We
leave
don't know.
is my review of the week. Let's
yes.
see. Here we go. This is from That Shamak. Best gosh danged podcast there is. Been listening for years and the quality has remained consistent.
That's weird because we've been recording this for years. You
Did I
know?
read this last week?
I don't
I feel
know.
like that's a joke that... Has this happened before? Anyway.
You haven't had a lot of sleep this week.
That's true. Showed it to my buddy Aiden, who's an idiot, and he liked it. So I don't know. Maybe that means it's bad. Either way, I enjoy it, and you might too. So there you go.
I do enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you.
For the most part, I enjoy it, I guess. You know?
What do you mean for the most part, Mason?
I mean, I always enjoy it.
And you enjoy the sponsorship money.
Also that, yes. Yes.
Good.
I mean, I take it. I don't want to.
Oh, you know what? Okay, yeah. You do
Yeah.
it for the art
Yeah. Uh-huh.
of sponsors.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm.
Art and commerce, you know where it combines? You know,
Where?
that intersection. That's
Yeah.
why I'm all about that.
Mm.
You know? Isn't that where the greatest art lies?
No?
No, it is.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah, cool. Pretty good.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody who bloody tells a friend.
Yeah.
Like your idiot buddy Aiden,
Yes.
as an example. He's an idiot, but he likes it.
Yeah.
What does that say about us?
It's a good question.
If you want to get a hold of us, weeklyplanetpod at Gmail and Facebook and Twitter and Bandcamp. I am Wikipedia Brown on Twitter, and I am also Nick Maso, Maseau on Instagram. Please follow me there. James, you are Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, the gram
The Gram.
of Coke that I sell. I've just got the one. I'm looking for the right buyer.
Oh, yeah?
You interested?
Mate, it's probably an off-air conversation, if I'm honest. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But no! Police! If you want to support the show, we'd very much appreciate
Yeah,
that.
man.
You can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies if you want to chuck in a buck. We'd very much appreciate that.
Please do.
You can go to the Amazon affiliate link in our episode description if you want to buy literally anything.
Yeah.
We'll get a little kickback from that.
We do.
If you'd like to support our charity campaign,
Linked below.
linked below. That's in there also.
Any amount of money will get you all sorts of delightful surprises.
Yeah, you can also go to planetbroadcasting.com, sign up to our mailing list.
Yep. What?
James is messing
Describe
about.
what I'm
James
doing.
is messing about in the.
Be specific.
He's trying to bite through a cable. It looks dangerous.
It's not.
Wow.
It might be.
Yeah. You're going to regret that at some point.
No,
'Cause I'm
c-
going to punch you in the face for disrespecting the plugs at the end. No, you're going to buy. What's going to happen one day is we're going to record something and it's not going to work out. And then you're going to look at the cable and be like, oh no, I bit through the cable. Oh no. And you're going to kick something. You're going to kick and break something else. That's what's going to happen. Where was I? Oh, you can sign up to our mailing list. That's our friend Rob Collings.
Yes.
He's at The Weekly Planet on Twitter.
He's the best.
He's the best, Rob Collings. You can also go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates official Facebook group. Many members talking about many things.
Yeah, they really
They're
are.
having a bloody good time.
They're good. They're good people in there.
That's right. We've got some
Yeah.
t-shirts on tpublic.com. Just search for The Weekly Planet.
And then you'll have one.
It'll absolutely.
It's in the description also, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you to The Brute and The Basilisk and Rackham for all our musical themes. It's the whole show, I think.
That is the whole show. Next week, Stranger Things
Stranger
and
Things,
maybe other
3,
things.
yeah, other things.
Is there another movie out next
Stranger
week?
Things and Other Things.
Other things. Is
I
there
think there's something coming out on the 17th.
Let me check my
Is it The Lion King?
special.
No, that's not for a week.
That's not
More than a
for-
week.
No, we could do Toy Story 4 again.
Yeah, we can do Toy Story 4
We
again.
can do Aladdin again. It's still hot in cinemas.
That is very true.
It's doing very well, that movie.
Have we done anything on Spider-Man Far From Home?
I don't believe so. We can always circle back around to it,
I
obviously.
guess we can come back to another time.
Movies released July 11th. Is that right?
Is that how you Google things?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Doesn't work
Google.
otherwise. Doesn't
Google,
work.
are you there?
Anyway, we'll figure it out.
It's me, James.
Look, if there's a big movie, and just see it, and then we'll talk about it. I'm talking to people.
Yeah, right, uh-huh.
Listening, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for listening.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
I mean, if you want. It's up to you.